Ahem. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the greatest live show of all time. That is right, everybody. Today, we're going to be doing something that I haven't done in a while. It's been a hot minute since the last one of these, where basically we find some stupid thing to react to on the internet, and then we make it the title of the stream, but in quotation marks. Long story short, I found a video called Modern Women Have Zero Femininity and Only Bring Problems that we're going to watch today. But before we do that, right, we're going to do some just chatting. With that being said, congratulations, Raylan, on being the first person in chat today. And hello, Raylan. I hope you're doing well. Hello, James Cecil. Hello, Scrumble. Hello, DeQuavius John Dingleberry III Jr. Hello, I don't want to talk about it. Hello, the Berber. Hello, Fluffy Weirdo. Hello, Amelia Beans. Hello, Parfait. Hello, Minty. Hello, Nate.jpg. Hello, Luck the Great. Hello, Silly Shark. Hello, Kava. Hello, X-Senior X-Vicious. I didn't know that 6 means 730. Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, God. Basically, okay. For anyone that doesn't know, I don't know what do I call you on stream? Do I call you Vicious on stream? I don't know what to call you on stream, but this is somebody that I was talking to off stream. I don't know what to call her on stream. But we were talking off stream, and I said that I was going to start stream today at 6 p.m. It is currently 7:36 p.m., and we're a little over a minute and a half in the stream, so we're making progress, of course. We're making progress. Thank you. I hope you're doing well. But first, can we see your outfit? Absolutely. Of course you can. Of course you can see my incredible, amazing, immaculate work of art here, known as the Femyoz wardrobe. My immaculate fashion sense, the greatest clothing decisions you'll ever come across, etc. I think you get the point. And with that being said, I hope you're all doing well today. My chat keeps disappearing. I am very sorry to hear that, Amelia Beans. I'm very sorry to hear that. I hope it stops disappearing. 10 out of 10 fit. Let's go! You are fat. That's so true, Josh. I'm practically obese. That's why I've been in the 130-pound range for like 2 years. You know, I'm just gaining all this weight. I'm so insecure about my weight to the point where I've kept it the same for so long and put no effort into changing it. I've actually gone out of my way to maintain it. I love the look. Thank you, Raylan. Thank you. Hello, Moki Boy. Hope you're doing well. This is why I love you. Let's go! Yes! Is it because I'm fat? Are you a chubby chaser? It must be because I'm fat. That must be the reason. W stream Femi, let's go. Femi, you are so cute. Thank you. Thank you. Oh no, you can't see someone's ribs. They must be fat. This is true, by the way. This is true. What's weird is like I've seen comments like that, and I've seen comments saying that I'm anorexic. I've seen it all, right? When I was boy moding and presenting as a guy or whatever, everyone was like saying that I'm anorexic or whatever the fuck, right? I was 120 pounds back then. I'm 130 pounds now. I think last time I checked, which was today, I was 133 pounds. I think. 132 or 133. I don't remember. It's going to be one of those two. Now, for somebody that's 5'6", you know, I'm pretty sure that's like the most desirable BMI from what I understand. Like, not that BMI means everything. But I mean, there's plenty of things to insult me for. You know, you've got my massive schnoz, my deep manly voice, you know, my non-existent Adam's apple that I apparently try hiding with my choker, even though my Adam's apple's up here. I mean, there are plenty of things you could roast me. My weight, the thing that I'm the least insecure about. I see. Very much appreciated. It's because you're a big dick bastard and I love it. Let's go! I do have a massive dick. Y'all can ask your dads all about it. Femi, you're 5'0". That's not true. That's fake news. I am 5'6". Whoa, Femyoz is literally my height. And wait, that's insane. Well, I'm not surprised, Exostar. We started transitioning at a fairly similar time. We both came from the femboy to trans woman pipeline. OMG, your hair is amazing. Thank you, Luck the Great. I don't know if I'm going to keep it like this for the entirety of stream or if I'm going to let it down, but we'll see. We'll see what we do. Femyoz is so feminine, it's in her name. That's true. I'm so feminine, in fact, that I had to declare in the channel name how feminine I truly am. Bunk told me you're 5'0". Well, then Bunk is lying to you. True, literally our lore is the same. Exactly. Now, for anybody that's not aware, Exostar is not just any old mod that's been here for however many months. No. She's been here for a hot fucking minute, okay? She's been here since I was in the fucking trenches, okay? Nobody was supporting me, okay? I was nobody. But at the end of the day, you know, we've got OG viewers is what I'm gonna say. Like I always recognize the OGs, like the OGs, like the people that weren't just here from before algorithm, but from before like 1,000 subscribers, like the Batal Crafters of the world, the Exo Stars of the world, etc. You know? The only time I won't recognize them is if they change their display name, which people do oh so frequently. You know, it's actually wild how often people will do that. Aw, stop, but true. You were brand fucking new. That's true. I was brand fucking new. But yeah, anyways. Let's see here. What's your opinion on Sabrina TW? I think that she's bad. I know. Really hot take. I actually think that it's bad to levy false PDF file allegations against other content creators with no evidence because they disagreed with you. I think that's like a bad thing to do. I think that her inability to take criticism is bad. I think the fact that she, you know, sexually harassed a 15-year-old in her chat as a quote-unquote joke, knowing that the person was 15. I think that all of that is bad. Now, maybe that's like a really controversial take in the YouTube Shorts live stream space, but I feel like that's the very reasonable, normal take to have. But maybe that's just me personally. I do that too much. I do that too much. Same with my PFP. That's why I did my former display names in my bio. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Well, for me, it's like people will often and I see this all the time, okay? They won't just change their name or their profile picture. They do both. And they do both at exactly the same time. And then they show up in chat and they wonder why. Why is it the case that I don't recognize you anymore? What gives? I magically stop recognizing you right after you change your name and profile picture simultaneously? Holy shit. That's crazy. That's wild. Now, what's funny is if I go over here, I recognize Sterniolo Triple Edits. I recognize that name. So, I do know who you are, but I actually wouldn't have known who you were. Lily Starkey. You know, you're one of those people that just had to change everything at the same time. That's true. There are two gingers. Hello, Batal Crafter. Good to see you again. Speaking of OGs. But yeah, I was just talking about how I always recognize when there's like an OG in chat, like Batal Crafter or Exostar, unless they like, I don't know, change their name and profile picture at the same time. In which case it's going to be impossible for me to keep track of that. Like, what the hell? Like, sometimes I'll see a mod and it's like, who is this person? I don't remember moderating you. And then it's like, do I have to like click on their channel to see like who this person is? And it's like, fuck, dude. How many times are you going to change your goddamn display names, people? Like, goddamn. Anyways, only 2 people with red hair. That's so real. Like, let's see. Whoa. Who is this? I don't know. I don't remember why I gave, like, I'm not gonna lie. I don't remember Amelia Beans. I could just have a shit memory. You might be one of the people that I, like, gave moderator on a whim. Or you could be, like, an older person that just, like, forgot about the channel, changed your name, and PFP, and then came back randomly. Because I've seen that quite a few times where, like, I'll see, like, some, like, new name that I've never seen before, and it's, like, a moderator. They have, like, a blue wrench and everything, and it's, like, who the fuck are you? And it's, like, oh, I'm this other person. I'm, like, holy shit. And then it's, like, I see them again like a week later and it's like, who the fuck? Oh shit, it's that person. You know? Femyoz more like Wokios, that's true. I've been infected by the woke mind virus. You talk like an iPad kid. Stop being angry. React harder. That's true. I do need to react harder, chat. Wait, so are you a male? I think that's a question to ask your dad who I fucked in the ass. But maybe that's just me. Femyoz gave me mod because you told me I was OG. I was like, what the fuck, aren't you mod? That sounds about right. Well, that's the thing is, like, originally I didn't need as many mods because the channel was smaller. There weren't as many annoying people that would randomly show up in chat. We weren't, you know, in the YouTube shorts algorithm. You know what I mean? So, like, there was, we only needed, like, maybe, like, 1-2 mods in chat. But yeah, Minnow Live would be another example of, like, an OG viewer that, like, changed their name at some point. I think her original name was, like, X Bitter, X Sweet, or something like that. And she was, like, an admin on the old server, but she was, like, fairly inactive because the old server sucked ass. But yeah, Minnow is another person that's like an older viewer from what I remember. Correct me if I'm wrong there. I'm pretty sure. I'm 99% sure. All men are forced to be feminized due to the new Trump law passed. Yo, let's go. Yo, rare Trump W. This country is so cooked. I think we're all cooked. Legally speaking, all US citizens are female now. As they should be, as they should be. There's only one gender now, and it's female. It's female. With that being said, thank you so much, MTY5, you beautiful fucking bastard, for the $10 saying, quit bothering Femyoz, damn it. It's bad enough when she has to say the thing and do a spinny. This country needs more trans women with huge dongs. Oh god, are you gonna make me say the thing, MTY5? Oh god. I'll do 2 spinnies while you confirm in chat that you're gonna make me say something real stupid that people are gonna, like, clip or whatever. Because I'm getting paid money to do it, okay? And that's where the financial incentives lie. But people are gonna clip the context, the very important context of where the financial incentives are. And they're gonna be like, oh my god, can you believe that Femyoz is fucking depraved enough to say that shit? Holy fuck. But yeah, this is my outfit. I hope you like it. I'll give you an extra one. That first one was kind of lame. I hope that wasn't too fast. I don't think it was. It's like kind of a short skirt, but at the same, it's like short in terms of like how far down it goes, but at the same time, it goes outward more than it goes up when you spin it, if that makes sense. Femyoz closet reveal, dude. We ain't making it out of the closet with this one. Say it. Oh god. Okay, I'm a subby bratty bottom with a tiny dong. There you go. I fucking said the thing that you always make me say for no goddamn reason. With that being said, thank you so much, Battau Crafter, you beautiful fucking bastard, for the additional $5, saying, cute outfit today, thank you very much. And because you guys love the outfit so much, and because every $5 equals a Skirt Go Spinny, I will do a Skirt Go Spinny, just for that. Whee! You know what, I'll do another one, because I love this outfit, and I feel like I could've, it didn't go like, there we go. That's like the right speed to do it for this skirt. I'm getting used to it. I hope that wasn't too fast. It's like really difficult to get a feel for it because like there's like the transparent. It's hard to explain. It's hard to explain. Never gets old. It absolutely gets old. It gets very old. I don't know why you guys still make me do this. It's fucked up. It's Femyoz abuse. I'm being abused by my chat. Remembering me, I'm the guy that made the EDP and Jeffrey Epstein collab, dude. I'm so proud of you. Thank you for your contribution to society. Anyways. Goth maxing. I don't even know if I would consider this to be goth. Chat, is this a goth aesthetic? I don't even know. Like, I just bought clothes that I thought looked good. Like, I was just like, it's been a long-ass time since the last time I went on a shopping spree. And because I've put so much time and energy into the YouTube thing, and because, like, part of the channel, I mean, it's not like a huge part or whatever, but it's definitely like something that matters to some extent, is showing off the fits. It's like, well, you know what, I'm gonna get some new clothes to show off to you guys and buy them, you know what I mean? Like goth, I guess. I don't know, I wouldn't consider myself to be goth. I feel like I don't have the right personality or demeanor or aesthetic. It's more emo-ish. I wouldn't even consider myself to be emo. It's like it's more like it's like a combination of goth, emo, a scene, and pastel. Like that's what like that's the this is like the and femboy. It's like an amalgamation of all of those different fucking aesthetics. All of those. It's like the ultimate Frankenfuck of an aesthetic. You know, it's like it's like just like a horrid combination of every single aesthetic that gets shunned from society until years later down the line when everyone is like, actually, this was fucking based, and I secretly wished that I looked like that the entire time, but it wasn't socially acceptable at the time. Bunk did an impromptu stream debating Aiden on Child Logic today. Yeah, I watched the VOD. I was like I watched it. I was watching behind while it was live, kind of, at like 2.25 times speed in the background on my computer. Like on and off, and like, yeah. By the time I finished it, the stream was over, so I didn't have anything to say in chat. You have the emoji. Why are you using that emoji to signify anything in relation to me? Chat, do I let my hair down or do I keep it up? What do you guys think? I can't listen to Bunk at higher than 2 times speed. That's true, because he already speaks at 2 times speed. So in reality, I was watching him 4 times speed. You know, that shit's like, because Batal Crafter, you watch me, or you're able to watch me at 2 times speed, right? Even when I'm talking fast. Like, maybe it's the case that I speak faster than the average person, but maybe you have my speech patterns down. Hair down, let it down. Little Yost, brush your hair. Let it down, ponytail looks uncomfy. Yeah. Yeah, because, like, that's the thing is, like, I don't even talk that much slower than Bunk. Swoop your hair over, too? Alright, we're gonna let the hair down. Ah! Oh, God, this is a very tight ponytail. Ah! Ah! We just gotta be careful to not hurt myself. Chat, I'm not gonna hurt myself. Don't worry, it's gonna come out. Oh my God, why did I do this? Dude, how does it even get this fucking bad? What the fuck? Holy shit. Oh, dude. What a mess. It's like a perfectly good bun, okay? Like, it starts out as like a perfectly even good bun. At like the top back part of my head, kind of. Like that, like the diagonal back upwards part. And then it just, like, turns into a ponytail, like a sloppy, like, fucked up ponytail. And then it's, like, as soon as I try to, like, remove the thing, it, like, gets all fucky-wucky. Femyoz, your hair always looks stunning. Thank you, Noel. I appreciate that. Drink more Monster Raw? Should I do that? Oh, man. Femyoz 2025. It's true. One of the greatest quotes. The e-girls are just female femboys. Dude, you got a good point, unironically. To be fair, like, that's the thing, is it's, like, difficult to pinpoint, like, one aesthetic that somebody might have. Like, yeah, there's gonna be, like, general aesthetics that people might lean towards. Like, somebody might have a goth aesthetic or an emo aesthetic or whatever it may be. And yeah, there are gonna be some people that adhere to those specific aesthetics. Or a femboy aesthetic. Whatever it might be. E-girl aesthetic. Whatever the fuck, right? But generally, there's quite a bit of overlap, right? Like, I think that the best thing you can do, fashion-wise, is not just try to fit into the mold and exclusively adhere to, like, one aesthetic. You know, I used to do this with the femboy aesthetic. It was like, well, I gotta have my hair this specific length and wear these specific clothes, and whatnot, with, like, these specific combos and whatnot, in order to, you know, fit the mold, fit the femboy aesthetic. And that was already way more freeing than what I was wearing previously. Like, I felt like I got to be myself. But I wasn't able, like, I was able to be myself, but I wasn't able to be creative with it the way that I am today. I think I'm a lot more creative with the way that I dress myself. Not that it's super creative, but it's like, I just see things that I like. It doesn't adhere to any aesthetic. It's just like, I like the way that it looks. And I think that it would look good with this other piece of clothing that I have or could buy on this shopping spree. In which case, why don't I just fucking wear them? Who cares if it adheres to the femboy aesthetic? And so what you have is you have this like weird Femyoz specific aesthetic where it's basically an amalgamation clusterfuck of all of the aesthetics I like the most that are the easiest to put together, because like some of them are like, holy shit, how do I do this? I don't know how to do goth makeup. I don't know how to do makeup at all. I don't know how to do eyeliner. If I knew how to do eyeliner, you better believe I would be doing eyeliner right now, you know? But that's besides the point. But yeah, with that being said, chat, I'm gonna drink some water, and then we're gonna get right into the main meat of the topic. Also, hello, Becca. Hope you're doing well. Would you ever consider getting a friendship with Sabrina TW? I mean, if she bettered herself as a person, yeah. Like I'm somebody that believes in rehabilitative justice. If she wants to retract her falsely accusing me of being a PDF file with zero evidence for simply disagreeing with her, if she wants to retract all of that shit, if she wants to acknowledge like when she's wrong, acknowledge the fact that it's perfectly fair for people to criticize her for the things she does wrong. Like, even if I were to be her friend or whatever, like, that wouldn't stop me from criticizing her. Like, if she does something bad, like, if I were to be her friend, I would be nicer about it, right? I would definitely be a lot softer in my approach. But I would still criticize her because I don't like the notion of, oh, well, now you're friends with this person, so now you're not allowed to criticize them anymore. Because they're your friend, and if you dare criticize them publicly, then you're a backstabber. But sometimes it's like, I need to do it for the sake of the audience. Like, the audience has a right to know this. The audience has a right to see, like, holy shit, this person's doing something bad. Like, and I think that any self-respecting person that's a content creator would also have a right to see, like, hey, by the way, maybe I'm doing something bad. She was fighting with a former mod today and last night. Yeah, it's like, I don't see her changing anytime soon. Again, if she decides to change and better herself and be more receptive to constructive criticism and not levy false allegations out of nowhere, if she decides, hey, maybe like it's not a good idea to randomly sexually harass 15-year-olds that you know are 15 in your chat, and to like double and triple down and say that it's perfectly fine. As soon as she learns, like, yeah, don't do that, yeah, I'll consider a friendship. True friends backstab one another to their face. This is known. Anyways. OMG, I see it. That's the thing, is like, I'm not somebody that's gonna say, you know, I would never be friends with this person because I currently dislike them or whatever. Or because I currently think that they're doing something worthy of criticism. Right? Like, I don't think I ever said that about, like, when I was shitting on Tipster, mainly because I was upset about the way that he handled the Vosh stuff, right? I thought he was sweeping for Vosh once it became super obvious that Vosh was guilty, and, like, everybody was privately telling him, hey, by the way, like, this isn't what you think it is. Like, we've seen the contents of the folder, right? So, like, when I was, like, I was genuinely upset with the way that Tipster handled that stuff, right? But I don't think at any point I was like, yeah, I would never be friends with Tipster in the future, right? Guess what? Me and Tipster are cool now. We're chill. We talk in DMs sometimes, all right? Dude, Tipster is one of the homies, okay? He's, yeah, we're unironically, like, a pro-Tipster channel. Like, it went from being unironically pro-Tipster, to being anti-Tipster, to being so anti-Tipster that I become pro-Tipster again, to unironically becoming pro-Tipster. We've gone full circle. To be fair, the going ironically pro-Tipster thing was not me becoming more anti-Tipster, in all fairness. I just like to think of it as a circle. I think I became less anti-Tipster over time. You know, the more time that passed from the Vosh situation, like, the less I cared about it. Oh, shoot. Clean the corners of your lip gloss? Oh, shoot. You're right. Give me a sec. Ah. I messed up because... Oh, I see. It's because I've been really anxious lately, and I've been picking at this side of my lip, this corner of my lip. Not this one, but this one. And I don't know if anyone has noticed, but I need to stop. I have a question. What about Vosh? Well, I think that Vosh is a disgusting freak. He had drawn child pornography and horse, like, bestiality stuff in his folder. It got exposed. But yeah, poor anxious baby, poor baby. I'm fine, don't worry, okay? Anyways. Big Milkers mentioned, hell yeah. Dude. Me and Sabrina TW's tits will never be the size of Tipster's tits. Combined, they will never be. How come you don't get in a call with Sabrina and settle things with Sabrina instead of fighting more? Well, I've offered to have, like, a civil conversation with her. Like, if she wants to have a convo with me, she can, right? I've already reached out, right? Like, she was reacting to my stream, and I was reacting to hers, and I said, Sabrina, you're more than welcome to talk to me. It could be cordial, it could be a shouting match, whatever you want, right? I'll do whatever the fuck format you want, whatever you think is either the most entertaining or the most productive, and she declined the request. I made it clear that I extended that invitation indefinitely, right? So she's more than welcome to take that invitation and call in. We will worry and you can't stop us. Well, damn. I don't think Sabrina would jump in the call, TBH. Well, I asked her to. I asked her to call in. And she decided no. Who initiated the beef? Initially, that's kind of difficult to say because it started with me just, like, disagreeing with her in her chat, and then she overreacted, and then I started trolling her. So it was, like, it's, like, kind of hard to say. Because, like, it literally just started out with, like, I said something she disagreed with. She got mad as a result of it. So, like, I don't know. Like, I guess you could say I commented on her thing first, but, like, all I did was share my opinion. And then she threw a fit over it. I follow Femyoz drama the way I follow rap beef, for real. She's a coward, she won't do it even if it means more viewers for her. Yeah, which I don't understand. It's not like I have a huge audience. Like, she knows, at least I'm pretty sure she knows that, like, my audience isn't gonna, like, harass her. Like, I have, like, one of the most, like, laid-back audiences imaginable. It depends on how you said your opinion. I don't think I said it in a way that was, like, demeaning to her. I just said, like, no, you're wrong. You're just, like, wrong about puberty blockers. Like, here's, like, the actual fact of the matter. Like, here's how this shit works. And she got upsetty spaghetti. Actually, I don't even remember if it was me that said that. Somebody said that. And she was getting upsetty spaghetti about puberty blockers and calling everybody that supports allowing children with gender dysphoria to transition, accusing anybody that's okay with that, that's okay with the best course of necessary medical care of being a pedophile, for simply disagreeing with her on healthcare. Like, nobody was saying that about her, right? On the basis of disagreeing with her positions on healthcare. Nobody was making those claims about her. What are your pronouns? She, her. True, her audience would most likely attack you, TBH? Oh yeah, absolutely. Like, if the roles were reversed and she had, like, a larger audience than me, like, you know for a fact she would send her audience to fucking, flood my streams, fucking dislike bomb that shit. That she would probably send her audience to, like, fucking, like, mass false flag me and you know for a fucking fact she would do that, right? But I don't do any of that shit to her because I don't think that would be right. I just don't, I'm just against that kind of stuff. Like, I don't know. Maybe 2 years ago I would have done it in retaliation or some shit. Maybe a year ago. But, like, even now it's, like, at a point where it's, like, I just don't see the point. Nah, pronouns are stupid AF? Okay. So do you want me to, like, repeat your name over and over? Oh, fuck, I said the word your. That's a pronoun. Shit. Fuck. Can we talk about the new government stuff? It's juicy. What new government stuff? That's, like, very non-specific. I call Sabrina a pedophile for an actually valid reason. Anyways, I never got that rematch. Jesus Christ. You are so desperate for the chess rematch. Okay, if I have the time and energy after stream, I'll do it. But I don't know. If we have extra time after this stream, we'll do the whatchamacallit, okay? We'll do the thingy. We'll do the yeah. Now chat. I want to get into the content side of things, okay? I love doing the content side of things. So, obviously with, you know, me being me, I was dumpster diving in the deepest corners, the deepest, darkest crevices of the internet to find good content to watch on stream. And, you know, we found some good stuff. You know, for example, this 43-second long YouTube short titled Jews Control the World, #Islam, #shorts.
जब दुनिया में ईसाई गलिब आ जाएंगे और यहाँ तक कि वो उम्मत मोहम्मद से जंग करते करते खैबर को भी फतह कर लेंगे, उसके बाद मुसलमान इमाम मेहदी को तलाश करेंगे.
Yeah, thank you, YouTube. Very cool. It's so glad to be recommended such riveting content. So, you know, this is the kind of stuff that I find. This is the kind of stuff I find when I'm dumpster diving, okay? But after I did enough dumpster diving, I rediscovered this individual, okay? And he made a video 2 weeks ago called Modern Women Have Zero Femininity and Only Bring Problems. Zero femininity and problems. Oh, gee golly. What's this about? We gotta figure this one out. Holy shit.
This is where we're at.
This is where we're at.
Unfortunately.
It's so sad. What are we gonna do?
This goes for modern women.
Yes. Listen up, modern women. Holy shit, he speaks so slowly, so we might have to speed it up a little bit.
If you're a real woman, which is rare.
Yeah, it is very rare. You know, most of us are transgender these days.
You can just take yourself out of this equation. There should be no reason to be offended. So, if you're offended, then you're probably lacking in some departments that...
It must be the having a dick department or the lacking a vagina department. You know, I must fit into the category of not a real woman because I've been infected with the woke mind virus and transgenderism.
You shouldn't be, so... Yeah.
Wow. Some riveting commentary.
Women of today literally lack femininity so much, which empowers them.
Empowers them?
More than anything else.
Empowers them to do what? Like, what are they being empowered to do that you as a man wouldn't be able to do? Like, what are you talking about?
They think the opposite. They think, let's go against our femininity.
What? Well, it's either going to be the case that they're feminine, or it's going to be the case that they're masculine. But that's going to depend on what they're like as an individual person. You know, you might not believe this. There are actually some women that just aren't feminine. That's like a real thing that exists, if you can believe that. I know, it's fucking crazy.
And let's be powerful, which...
Oh, no! You're not allowed to be powerful if you're a woman. Only men are allowed to do that. If you're a woman and you do that, you're engaging in Western degeneracy. It's gonna bring problems.
Leaves you chronically single.
Chronically single. As opposed to you, who is also chronically single. Thank you for sharing.
A future with cats.
A future with cats? Well, that sounds like a better future than whatever the fuck you're doing.
No happiness, no nothing. You're miserable.
Oh, so basically I'm like you, is what you're saying. I'm like you. I'm just like you. You know what? I kind of have to agree with you. You're right. We aren't feminine enough, okay? Because being feminine is so good and so desirable under any and all circumstances, regardless of what you're like as a person, I think it's time for you. Yes, you, kind sir, to put on the maid outfit. The reason that you're unhappy and get no bitches isn't just because you're like a disgusting incel loser freak. I mean, sure, that's part of the equation. But Mr. Terry Joel Jr., okay? It's because you're not feminine enough. You need to take your own advice. Dude, don't scratch your acne. It's gonna make it worse. Please, God, don't do that.
Be single.
Like, he's talking about being single as a bad thing. As if he's not currently single. What are you doing?
I'm going to explain why femininity is so powerful.
Well, if it's so powerful, put on the fucking maid outfit already. Just start HRT maxing. What are you doing?
The women that I've been with in my life.
As opposed to the women that you've been with not in your life? He talks so fucking weirdly. He's so robotic. Keep in mind, this is a 1.25.
That I've been with in my life.
Holy shit, it sounds like if an alien was trying to speak English for the first time. It didn't know how to formulate English sentences properly. All of the women I've been with in my life.
While I was with them.
While I was with them. Yeah. Thank you for clearing it up. All of the women I've been with in my life while I was with them. Wow. Gee golly, I wonder why this video was 25 and a half minutes long. It could be anything, truly.
They were their most feminine. Which is why I was with them.
Were you with them because they were at their most feminine? Or were they at their most feminine because they were with you? If they were at their most feminine because they were with you, is it because they wanted to be? Or is it because you pressured them to be? Because if you pressured them, that's not healthy.
But here's the thing. Some of these women...
Some of them?
Their femininity.
They faked it? But I thought that was a natural part of womanhood. You're telling me that they faked it? You're telling me that they're not just, like, naturally, like, the feminine trad wife of your dreams by default? And that you would have to, like, I don't know, like, coerce them into being that way? And that they're not like that by default? Holy shit, bro. Holy fuck, that would be crazy.
And you might say, how can you fake that?
That's true, I only thought that they faked orgasms. I thought everything else was real.
Let me tell you something, bro.
Okay.
These women can fake femininity. They can.
They can, holy shit. He's onto something. We're faking our femininity. He's onto us, chat. Women, he's onto us. Hello, Robin.
And as you spend enough time with them, you start to realize this so-called woman.
This so-called woman. Wait, are you dating trans men? What's going on here? Or are you dating trans women and they're like not real women according to you? Like, what's going on here?
Is not comfortable in her femininity. There's probably underlying problems.
Or maybe she's just like not as feminine of a person and that's okay. That's like also a possibility.
Causes issues. That's causing her to not be able to be fully comfortable in her femininity.
So, but why does she have to be feminine? What if she's just not like that? The same way that you're not I don't know, maybe you're very feminine. Maybe you have the natural predisposition towards wearing a maid outfit, in which case you totally should. You'd fucking slay. But you know, if you think that being feminine is the easier option, just fucking own it. Put on the maid outfit already, alright? Put your fucking money where your mouth is.
Damage. I'm talking extreme damage, bro.
Extreme damage from not being feminine? So, let me get this straight. If a man isn't extremely feminine, that doesn't cause damage, which I would agree. That doesn't cause damage. It's because it doesn't fucking matter. So, if a woman does it, it does cause damage? Can you explain what the symmetry breaker is? It's different when women do it because reasons, I guess.
I've seen some things, man. I've seen some things that a lot of people don't see.
You see, what things do you see? Is it the voices inside of your head?
You would, like, whatever you can think in your head right now, times that by about 10.
Oh, shit. Times it about by 10? Holy shit. Dude, this guy's brain is like if my brain expanded by 10 times. Holy shit. Dude, think about it this way, okay, chat? If your brain, it just magically expanded tenfold, okay? You would start to see yourself thinking on the same level as this guy, if you're lucky.
You have no idea about it. You have no fucking idea.
I have no idea. None at all.
So...
My
my point is...
Your point is
what?
While I was
with these women,
uh-huh,
and they were feminine, things were good.
Wow, an incredible argument. Premise 1. When I was with women while they were being feminine, stuff was good. Okay, alright. I don't know if I agree with premise 1, but continue.
I view them in a very high regard.
Okay, is that premise 2? So is the conclusion that things were good and you view them in a high regard, therefore women ought to be feminine? That's not a logical conclusion. Just because something is good in some circumstances doesn't mean that that ought to be the case under all circumstances. That's obviously not true. Or is that part of your first premise?
I loved them at the time.
I'm gonna be real. I don't know if somebody, this fucking, what even is he? This fucking muscle meatball head. This fucking, like, I don't think he's capable of experiencing love. I don't believe him.
Things get so out of hand and things get so out of whack. Your feelings start to change.
Are you sure that you have feelings?
When a woman starts to be disrespectful, it's hard to continue to view her the same. You start.
What if a man starts being disrespectful? That's okay for the man to disrespect the woman, but as soon as a woman does to a man, strictly off limits, guys. Yes, this guy is in a tornado. He's recording in the middle of a tornado.
To resentment starts to grow as a woman continues to be disrespectful because
dude, he's gonna end up becoming a part of the Wizard of Oz cinematic universe with this.
Of her own traumas and damage and incapabilities. They're not capable of being that feminine woman that you need as a man.
Why do you need your woman to be so feminine? This sounds like an insecurity. Like, if you're confident in your masculinity, you shouldn't give a shit. You should just be like, yeah, maybe she's like a little bit more masculine, but who cares? That doesn't say anything about me as a dude. You know, I just like pussy. You know, I just like fucking bitches. You know, that's like the most masculine thing you can do is just like, be like, yeah, dude, I don't, masculine, feminine, you know, as long as we're both consenting and, you know, she's enjoying it and I'm enjoying it, you know, who fucking cares? That's true. Men should be the ones that are forced to feminize.
In the time being, it was so powerful for them that I done so much for them.
What did you do for them? Realistically, what did you do?
How powerful it is.
Dude, he did so much for them. He was bench pressing all day. He was doing so much for them. He was benching 225. You know, the women benefited so greatly as a result of these incredibly useful masculine skills that are very applicable in the real world.
As long as a woman is feminine, she's going to naturally get a man to literally do everything for her.
No, that's not true. What are you talking about? She's naturally, what does it mean to naturally get something? Is there like a way to artificially get a man to do something for you, to do everything for you? That's like different for some reason. So like if there's like a masculine woman and her man does everything for her, then like it must be artificial. If she's feminine and the man does everything for her, then it's natural. Well, what is your definition of natural?
When a woman isn't her masculine, a man isn't gonna want to do a damn thing for her.
Any man or just like you specifically? Like you might be into more feminine women and that's fine, but why would you extrapolate that onto all other entities in all of existence and make a broad sweeping claim for no fucking reason? You could just say you like feminine bitches. That's fine. You could just say that you're not into butch. You're not into butch lesbians. You're just into regular cisgender heteronormative cis women. That's fine.
He's not gonna feel like doing it. He's not gonna feel called.
Is he even going to explain what he means by feminine or masculine? Of course not. That would be way too complicated for his tiny ass brain to even begin to describe or comprehend.
To do it. Because he views you as like...
I don't even think this is live. True. It's actually pre-recorded. How did you know? Sorry, like your commentary, Femyoz, but I'm gonna take a shower. I will come back. Fair enough. I don't blame you.
I don't even know. I don't even know what to view them at the time, bro.
You don't even know what to view them? Why are you making the video if you don't even know what you're talking about?
It's just like... You're just shaking your head, because it's not even right.
I'm shaking my head, because it's not even... Why do I agree with the premise that it's not even right? Why is it wrong? You're just saying it's bad because it's bad. You're just begging the question over and over again. Why would I agree that it's bad? You haven't given me a reason to. Like, you're just begging the question over and over again.
And the behaviors you...
Yeah, dude, it's bad. Like, because, like, don't you know? Like, it's not even right, bro.
See coming out of these women at the time.
What are the women doing that are so bad? Like, what makes these women so bad? What are they doing that's, like, so detrimentally bad to the West or society at large? What is so wrong with modern women? Well, what's so wrong with them? What are characteristics that they have that are negative that wouldn't apply to modern men?
It's just embarrassing. It's like, where's the person?
What's embarrassing is the fact that you get no bitches. I'm gonna be real. Like, you complain about women all day on YouTube, and you get no bitches. That's what's embarrassing.
That I was once attracted to, loved, cared. Where did that go?
Where did what go? What, people being attracted to you? I don't know. If you peak in high school, then yeah, people are gonna stop being attracted to you as you get older. Yeah, that's called peaking in high school. You have nothing to offer beyond that. But beyond just football jockey, semi-popular dude, you have nothing to offer. You're not smart, you're not insightful, you're not even attractive. You don't have any redeeming characteristics. You're an asshole.
Well, I'll tell you where it went. They put on their best performance to be that because they knew they could get you if they were being that way.
Or maybe it's because you pressured them to be that way. You don't think that could have anything to do with it? You don't think that, like, you, I don't know, enforcing societal expectations arbitrarily upon women to act a certain way might influence them to act that way? It's like on one hand, he's like, I think that women need to act more feminine. And then it's like, as a result of him pressuring them to be more feminine, they act more feminine. And then he complains because, well, they're not really feminine. Well, which one is it? Do you want them to be feminine for you or not? You can't have it both ways. This man needs some good girl dick, true.
And that's exactly why they could not keep you, because they could not keep up their facade.
They couldn't keep up their facade.
They're not that feminine woman all the time.
They couldn't live up to your unrealistic expectations.
In fact, they put up a front. Now you don't get that at all. You don't get that sweet girl that you used to get, that you would have done anything for. They become like that. You start to resent them. You start to not want to do anything for them.
Bro, this is just fucking depressing, dude. What are you...
And then they ask you why you've changed. They start to ask you those questions.
Well, maybe you did change. I don't fucking know. Maybe you both changed.
But you're asking them, where's that person I met at the first? They were
like, if anybody hasn't changed... To be fair, okay? I'll give him credit where credit is due, okay? I know for a fact this guy has not changed since high school. He is the epitome of somebody that has peaked in high school and hasn't progressed as a person since. So, I believe him when he says that he hasn't changed. I agree with that. Like, I know for a fact he hasn't. He peaked in high school.
They will try to project that onto you so hard, bro. It's not even.
But yeah. Only the women are projecting. You're not projecting onto women. No, that couldn't possibly be the case.
Funny. Like, it's insane.
Guy needs to turn off his fuck machine in the background. True.
They become overly argumentative, masculine, aggressive.
Overly argumentative, masculine, aggressive. Wouldn't these all be things that describe you? Like, aren't these just, like, is this just like you hating yourself? Like, you if you were a woman or some shit?
Try to assert some dominance. They try to start to run the show.
What? Yeah, who fucking cares? Like, I'm sorry, what? So it's okay when you do it, but if a woman does it, it's magically bad? You still haven't established why it's bad.
Like, bro, like, it gets extremely bad. It gets extremely out of hand.
It gets extremely out of hand that women don't do exactly what I tell them, okay? They need to be my indentured servant at all times and know their place as my property, okay? Women aren't people. They're an extension of their fathers and husbands, obviously.
And it happens rather quick. These are women who are not comfortable being in their femininity for their own deep-rooted insecurities and traumas.
Or maybe they're just not comfortable with weird, controlling men like you. Yeah, you ever considered that? Yeah, you ever consider that maybe you don't provide any value beyond, like, just like a one-night stand? And that, like, an actual relationship with you is fucking hell? Because you're a controlling freak?
That's what it comes down to. Some of them, bro, wish they could, but they just can't. Like, there's something in their soul. There's, like, a demon that's taken over them.
Yeah, I must do the demons. They're taking over me. They're making me not feminine enough for this guy's standards. And if it wasn't for the demons, I would know my place. I'd be property in the kitchen. I'd be making sandwiches 24/7. You're telling me that women are trying to be their own people? That your ex-girlfriend wanted to be her own individual person and make decisions for herself? Holy fuck-a-moly. This is despicable. Trying to be your own person? These free-thinking demons.
To making them be that way. Like, super defensive, and then they become masculine, and it's just like...
So it's okay for you to be masculine, but not for them? That doesn't make any fucking sense. It's just like a complete double standard. This guy's retarded.
You now start to grow resentment for that person. You don't even want to be around them, bro.
Have you ever considered that any bad, quote-unquote, masculine traits that you might dislike in women might also be traits that you have that women dislike in you? You ever consider that? No, you're just like not self-aware enough to even consider the slight possibility of that being the case?
You don't want to be seen with them. You don't want to be around them at all. And you certainly don't want to do things for them. You just start to feel stupid when you continue.
I mean, if that's what it takes for you to feel stupid, then so be it. But Jesus Christ, you're not making you're not making a very strong case for the contrary. You feel stupid, you sound stupid, you look stupid, you act stupid. Like, holy shit. I don't know. I'm starting to think that you're stupid.
Continuously have to start doing, like, you got to keep doing maybe little things for them, but you're starting to not want to do even the little things for them. And that's when it comes to an end. So, does this make sense? How
the relationship comes to an end when my girlfriend is too masculine, heaven forbid. And then I just, like, stop feeling like doing stuff for her, I guess. This is so fucking dumb.
Femininity is so powerful for women. They can literally attract...
Dude, he's literally the definition of repeating the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. It's like, he thinks that everybody except for him is the problem. He doesn't need to take personal accountability, because he would never do anything wrong in a relationship. He's perfectly fine. There's no issues on his end. It's all of the women's fault that they constantly break up with him and don't want to be around him and don't want to be near him and file restraining orders on him. It's the women's fault that they don't want to be anywhere near him. They're just not feminine enough.
Multi-millionaires, billionaires. Because they can be that and they can stay that, and it's exactly what a man wants. A woman can get far more being in her femininity than she ever will being masculine and trying to be dominant and rude.
Get far more according to what standard? Like, what are we basing this off of? Like, I'm sorry, but dog, this is not the 1950s. Women can get jobs and become lawyers and doctors. That's a thing they can do. That's like a real thing.
And equality, feminism, and all this BS.
No, not equality. You mean to tell me that you want equal rights? You want to be able to vote and make decisions and not be the property of your husband? What? That's insane. The West is fallen. Billions must die. How dare you want basic human rights?
It's not in the Bible. Where does it say in the Bible that a woman has to step up to a man's level and try to dominate a man? Where does it say that in the Bible? Because that is...
Well, quite frankly, I wipe my ass with the Bible, so I don't give a shit what the Bible says. I just wipe my shit on it.
What these masculine women are doing today, and it's just utterly embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
What's embarrassing is the fact that you're whining about women to your audience of incel loser freaks. For how long has this guy been going for? Because, like, I know we've covered this person before. Because I was looking for some more incel content. I found him again. I recognized him. Dude, fucking 3,500 videos? 3,500 videos dedicated to his incel journey. Like, dude, what the fuck is this? Oh, shit. Okay, so this isn't incel content. Let's see. How long has he been an incel for? So this is, like, bad, like, advice or whatever. Ego out of control. When does he start talking about... When does he start talking about women? I guess he wasn't always doing the evil tactics of a narcissist. Male and female nature understand this. Oh god. I want to see what this is about. What happened to the Australian guy? I don't remember. We might have to check up on him at some point. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Alright, let's see what this guy has to say. This is an older video. Let's see if he thought any differently.
For another video. So...
Wow, you look so ecstatic to be here. I'm so glad that you're just as excited as me to get started.
Men and women's nature. I'm gonna explain this to you guys, and a lot of you guys are gonna understand what I'm saying. So,
Dude, what is it? Dude, he is like... This isn't a person. He doesn't sound like a human being.
men and females, male and female nature. This is what we have to come across.
Dude, he has like the opposite kind of autism as me, okay? I have the kind of autism where I can't maintain if I try to maintain eye contact for like 1 millisecond, okay? I break that shit immediately, okay? This guy has the opposite problem. He has like the other kind of autism where it's like, I'm gonna fucking stare at you. I'm gonna stare at you for 5 minutes. And I'm not gonna blink once, okay? You're gonna look into my eyes and I'm gonna look into your eyes.
And this is what we have
I'm gonna stare into your fucking soul.
to discuss. Male and female do not
What about intersex?
think anything alike. And this is what us males have to understand.
Okay, this is what... Alright, men in chat, I assume he's talking about you guys.
Us men,
Okay,
we are
what do men have
straightforward
to
in a
do?
straight line. We are
Yeah, being a man is when you say things that are straightforward. Women never do that.
about our business. We are simple human beings.
No, I think you're simple. You're very simple. That has nothing to do with you being a man, though.
But women, on the other hand, women are up, down, left, right, going all over the place like this.
So true! That's so true, guys. Aren't women just so confusing? Well, I wonder who his target demographic is. I'm sure there's so many women that watch this.
Emotions all over the place, right?
Yeah, dude, being a man is when you say things that are straightforward. Being a woman is when emotions all over the place. That's so true. Dude, he's just accurately described all of our experiences. You know, before transitioning, my life was straightforward, simple. Now my life is emotion all over the place.
Women are very, very hard. And when you want to try and understand a woman, don't try. That's the best.
Don't try, just give up. Just like lay over, roll over, fucking lay down, give up, don't do anything to better yourself. Just never get any bitches.
The way to understand a woman is don't try to understand a woman.
Yeah, wow, very effective. The best way to try to understand something is to not understand it. Incredible advice.
Because you can't. They cannot.
You can't. Most people can't. Most people can just talk to women and understand what they think and feel. It's actually very similar to what men think and feel. It's actually not that different. There's not that much of a distinction there. It's just like a person. It's just like a normal fucking person. It's not a fucking different species. It's the same fucking species.
Control their emotions. Now, there are a very small percentage of those hardened, tougher, smarter, more intelligent women that can. And I salute to you guys. But as for the most part...
Dude, why does he sound like this? I think we've discovered why he doesn't understand women. Yeah, dude, he's been taking his own advice for 5 years now. Just don't try to understand women. If you don't, like, the best way to understand women is to just not understand them. It's incredible, truly. Is he dumb? No, he's a genius. He's thinking beyond our comprehension, okay? This is beyond our thinking abilities, beyond our thinking comprehension, okay? This guy is thinking from like with access to another dimensional axis, okay? This is a 4-dimensional being we're dealing with, okay? He's all knowing.
This is just female nature and how it is.
That's so true.
They are left, right, up, down, down.
That's so, dude, female nature is when you confuse men. That's exactly what women are created to do. Our number one goal in life is to be as confusing to men as possible. It's all a part of our elaborate prank against men. It's actually incredible. We're actually a hive mind.
Down, left, left, right. They're all over the place. They're very hard.
I mean, if they're trans, then yeah, they might be. If they're horny.
Understand.
I'm sorry, I had to say that. That's not nice, he's speaking his truth. Well, his truth violates the law of non-contradiction. So I don't care. His truth sucks. I'll respect his truth when he stops violating the basic laws of logic.
When somebody asks us how we are and we say we are fine, we are fine.
No, you fucking... Okay, well, I must be a woman then. Holy shit. Fuck. I mean, I don't believe that, though. I feel like that's wrong. I feel like, no, not always. Now, I can't speak for men. I have a trans woman, but when I was presenting as a guy in society, and keep in mind, I was male socialized, okay? I was male socialized. Autistic, but male socialized nonetheless. And when I said I was fine, pretty fucking good chance that I wasn't fine. All right, I'm gonna be straight up. Saying I'm fine in like a very like monotone sounding voice that sounds avoidant and detached is the opposite of fine. Apparently, the Australian incel, the True Force incel, deleted all of his videos. That's so sad.
You ask a woman how she is, I'm fine. Nope. Oh my God. We have...
Well, I mean, it depends on their tone of voice. It's not just like whether or not it's a woman saying it versus a man. A man could also say it, and their tone of voice could indicate the opposite, right? Like if there's an obvious difference regardless of gender. If somebody says, "I'm doing fine, how are you?" versus "I'm fine." No, I'm fine. I'm okay. I'm good. I'm fine. Right? There's like an obvious difference there, right? Like even as an autistic person, I understand this.
Problem on our hands. She is not.
Yeah, I'm fine is literally the universal way of saying I'm not fine, right? Like I'm not fucking crazy, am I?
Fine. When a woman says she's fine, she's not fine.
Well, it depends on how she says it.
Bro, she's not fine. This is something crazy about women. They say one thing and they do the other. They say one thing.
You mean sarcasm? Well, you mean like the literary device in which you say one thing while meaning the opposite? Yeah, that's what we call sarcasm. Wow, holy shit. Bro is like in his late 20s, and he just discovered what sarcasm is.
Thing they do the other. They say they love you, they got love for you. The next day, they don't even know who you are.
Well, that's not true. That just doesn't happen, but okay.
This is why it's so hard to trust a female. They'll make it.
It's so hard to trust a female because they use sarcasm, and my autism can't pick up on it.
You feel like a king at first, then all of a sudden, there comes a drop. Now
wow, it's almost like when you felt like a king, it was a fucking delusion. Holy shit.
you're a scum of the earth. Now you don't even matter.
Dog, you never mattered. You never did anything worthwhile. What are you doing?
They feel different every single day. A lot of people do, including myself, but we know how to control.
Well, now I've learned so many weird social things being autistic, and that's thing number one. Yeah. Like, the context is so important, too. Right? Like, the context surrounding it and the way that they say it.
Control our emotions.
Like, I understand being autistic, but that's one of those things where it's like, you should at least memorize, like, oh, shit, like, if somebody says, I'm fine, and, like, a really, like, quiet, sort of like a, I'm fine, like, in a dismissive sort of way, right? They're obviously not fine. Whereas if they're like, oh, yeah, I'm fine. I'm just chilling, you know, having a good time, you know, I'm doing just fine, personally. What about you, right? There's, like, a more conversational element, right? In one case, you have the, I'm fine. It's avoidant. It's not trying to continue a conversation, right? And that avoidance and the demeanor indicates to you that this person is not fine and that they're being closed off. And in the other case, they're saying, yeah, I'm fine. I'm just chilling, having a good time. How are you? It's more conversational, right? It's more conversational. They're not being closed off necessarily. They could be, but it's less likely to be the case that they're closed off if that's their approach, right? Keep in mind, like, don't take this as, like, the end-all, be-all. This is just something I've noticed, something I've had to learn from having autism, so don't take my word for it. This just seems like it's true, so do with that information what you will, but it seems to work for me.
To lead us into making stupid decisions that will cause the rest of your life.
Well, nobody is making you make decisions. You are choosing to make decisions as a grown-ass adult.
This is why men and women are very different. Because there's a lot of
dog, we're not a different species. We're the same fucking species. What are you doing?
other men that are just like me. We're not perfect. We have up and down days, but we can control this shit and not make stupid-ass decisions over.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that for a second, actually. Finally caught a Femyoz stream, let's go. Welcome, the girly fox.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't know what you're saying. I think what you're saying is dumb. I think you're the dumbest person here. It's actually crazy.
Women will make these dumb decisions.
dumb decisions. Only women make dumb decisions. Men, they make smart decisions. You know, they know how to make decisions. Women, they're being a woman is like when you're emotional and stuff. So you're bad at making decisions because you're irrational.
And then regret
That's why you belong in the kitchen.
it 2 weeks to a month later. And then went back what they had, but they just fucked it up.
Yes, everything is women's fault. If something gets fucked up, it must be women's
They
fault.
can't control themselves.
I think men and women are different, you know, because you don't feel like a man, but you feel like a woman. Obviously, I'm not saying that men and women are exactly the same, Adam. That's obviously not what I'm saying. But this dude is acting like we're an entirely different species, right? There's obviously some overlap. And it's not, we're not dealing with like, oh, there's like these two distinct, fundamentally separate categories with no overlap that are completely different from each other and can't interact with each other. This just isn't true. Like, it's such a stupid take.
They are very needy creatures.
Hello, Femyoz. How are you feeling today? I'm doing all right to Stallion. A little bit tired, but I feel good. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well.
If they want something and they feel like getting something, they will do that. They will absolutely leave behind what they should have kept to go out and temporarily get something and then regret
Are we talking about men or women? I'm so confused.
it. And then they realize what they just had was what they want.
You feel strongly you weren't a man? You feel much different than the gender you were assigned at birth? Yes, but it's more complex than that. It's not as simple as pink brain, blue body, right? It's way more complex than that. Like the brain is not as simple as like, oh, well, it's either a pink brain or a blue brain. It's either a pink brain or a blue body. That's like a heavy oversimplification. There's a lot of overlap, right? Now, there are going to be instances in which like maybe it doesn't overlap, right? Like my gender identity, as like a woman, is it going to overlap with gender identity of like a man, right? Is that really an overlap there? Those are like two contradictory terms, right? But even so, like there's going to be some things that I have in common with women and men and non-binary people. There's just being human, right? Like I don't look at men as like these distinct, like different fucking species. Like I don't look at them and I'm like, oh, dude, it's like a whole nother species. It's not even the same. How do I even talk to these people? Are they even people? I don't fucking know. I don't know. I just talk to them like I would talk to anybody else. You know? Like I don't engage with other people much differently than I did before transitioning, other than the fact that I'm more confident now. That's the only difference. People engage with me differently. In the best way possible, right? Because people are more likely to treat me like a woman, and that's good. That's a good thing. That's something that makes me happy. But I treat everybody roughly the same, right? Roughly the same. Or at least I try my best to. Right? But I'm also generally quite soft. I'm generally quite soft in person. Like, I know I go hard on people like this on the internet or whatever, but in person or like in private, I'm generally quite soft spoken. Right? Like, autistic ramblings aside, because I do that in private as well, I'm very soft spoken.
And now they may not ever get it back. And this is female nature.
Dude, what is female nature? Like you're talking about this as if it's some sort of like intrinsic property of being a biological female or some shit. I don't know, that's just not true. Like, no, there's no such thing as like an intrinsic property of being female in terms of the way that you're like the way that you function in society, right? It's so fucking dumb.
And a lot of you guys out there, you guys know this as well. They're crazy individuals.
They're crazy as opposed to you, the completely normal, collected individual that's not mentally ill.
They can't stay in a straight lane. They can't.
Which vaccine made you autistic? Definitely the COVID one. You know, I noticed my autistic breakouts and, you know, my tendency to lick windows drastically increased after I got, vaccinated and triple boosted. So obviously that's going to be a given. I think that the tetanus shot most likely contributed to my autism. So yeah.
They can't commit to nothing. Because whatever they feel is what they're going to do and they don't give a damn.
You're not autistic. I literally have been diagnosed with autism. What do you want me to fucking tell you? I was diagnosed as a small child. Well, what the fuck do you want me to say?
If you're having a good
Dog, I can't even maintain eye contact with somebody in real life.
time with a female, things are going smooth, be prepared.
Those do not contribute to your autism. No fucking shit, I made a fucking joke. Jesus Christ, you're more autistic than me. Dude, I thought maybe I'm not autistic, because I'm the one that can take a fucking joke. Holy shit. I would have known. Dude, I'm so neurotypical that from the perspective of an audience member, I would have known that that's a joke.
Be prepared, bro. Because your shit's coming to
She can't maintain eye contact in a call either. Shut up.
an end.
Lol, you crashing out. Shut the fuck up. You're taking advantage of an autistic person. It's fucked up. Autism made me a Nazi, Elon Musk. That's true, that's true.
That's how they work.
I'm messing? I figured. I may as well play into it. Because it is kind of funny.
If they get bored, they're gonna leave your ass. And they're gonna go find
Damn, that's crazy. Like, it sounds like you just kind of suck. I don't know. It just sounds like that you don't really have anything to offer.
something else.
Don't bully this poor autist Femi. You're bullying the mentally divergent. Look, I'm an autistic kid bullying another autistic kid, okay? That's what this is, okay? I'm like the slightly less autistic kid bullying the slightly more autistic kid.
Little do they know, we can't entertain them every second of every day because we got our own shit to deal with. We got our
Yeah, but women, they don't have their own shit to deal with. Only men do.
own shit. We got our own shit to do.
Yeah, no, us women, we don't have our own shit to do. We just want to be the property of men and make sandwiches all day. That's all we have to do. Is laundry and sandwiches.
And no matter what happens, no matter what we do, we can't change women. We just gotta let them be.
Yeah, no shit, you can't change women. That's a fucking absurd thing. No, nor should you have the desire to change women. Just like the entire category of women. Why?
Women can't change us either.
How about you change yourself? How about you work on yourself? And if individual women have their own problems, you let them figure that shit out on their own. Or maybe you, if there's like a genuine issue that they have, like maybe there's like a specific, it doesn't matter if they're a man or a woman. If let's say that it's just some person of an unspecified gender that has some sort of toxic characteristic, regardless of gender, right? Like it's perfectly reasonable to go to them and say, hey, by the way, I don't think that this is good. I think this is counterproductive. I think this is harmful, right? And that would be perfectly reasonable, right? But then the onus is on them to change as a person, right? And I would even extend it to somebody like this, right? Like, as much as I like to shit on people like this, like, I don't want to see this guy be a fucking retard. I want to see this guy go on his fucking redemption arc, okay? I want to see the Terry Joel Jr. fucking redemption arc, okay? That's what I want to see, all right? I want to see him getting all the bitches. I want to see him taking personal responsibility. I want to see him not blaming his own fucking shit on women and actually working on bettering himself and his personality.
And when these things happen, nothing works out anyways. You just gotta let people be who they are.
Yeah, I agree. Let people be who they are. But then 5 years later, you seem to go back on this take by saying that women should be somebody that they're not. They have zero femininity, so that apparently they should be, so it's causing problems. We need to force them back to where they were before.
And it sucks. It sucks, but it's reality, and it is what it is.
It sucks that women won't talk to me. It sucks that they all have restraining orders on me. Well, I don't even understand why. All I did was follow them back to their apartment without their permission.
Women are just gonna be women. They're gonna do what they do, and there's no
Yes, women are gonna be women. Thank you for your incredible commentary.
controlling them. There's no stop.
Yeah, I don't know. He really doesn't like women. Like, dude, just fuck a femboy, dude. You'll be fine. You'll feel better. Just date men.
Stopping them from doing some stupid shit just because they're all up in their emotions and they thought it was a good idea to do. But little do they know, they got the whole rest of their lives to live. What's one night? What's one thing gonna do? Nothing. You gotta wake up next day and you gotta carry on with your life.
Damn, bro. He's saying a whole lot of nothing. Bro just likes to hear himself talk. And I get that. I get that. You know, I like to hear myself talk too. The projection on both ends here is great to watch. I would like to know how I am projecting, okay? Maybe I am and I don't realize it, okay? Maybe that's an oversight on my end. but I'm not aware of any projection on my end. I'd like to hear what it is, you know?
This is female nature, guys.
It's female nature.
For us men, we are just in a straight line. Straightforward people, simple people.
So true. Men are always straightforward.
Know what we want, and we go.
Men are never complicated. Men are simple idiots that always know what they want at all times, under all circumstances.
Go out and we get what we want.
And women are left, right, up, and down, emotional.
On the other hand, these women, for the most
Men are so awesome sauce. I think everybody is awesome sauce, okay? I think men, women, non-binary people, whatever gender fuck identity you identify with, you know, whatever it may be. I think it's all awesome. I think it's all great.
part, there are some good ones, like I mentioned at the start. But for the most part, these females are everywhere.
Like, I don't understand, like, this whole, oh, well, I know, yeah, there's, like, some good ones, but, like, these females are everywhere. But it's, like, okay to, like, I don't know, I feel like this, like, form of, like, weird, like, sexism is, like, absurdly permissible compared to what it should be. Like, if you were to replace the variable female with black people, like, it would not come across, like, the message would not be received the same way. Like, if you were to say some shit like, oh, yeah, dude, I actually think that, like, you know, while it is true that there's, like, a few good black people out there, you know, it's just, like, these black people are taking over, and they just, like, don't respect, like, you would, like, obviously, that'd be, like, an insane thing to say, and you'd get called out for it. But if you say it about women, then it's fine. It's fine to say it about women. If you say it about anybody else, if you say it about, like, black people, then it's bad, but you're allowed to say it about women, I guess.
They're going from guy to guy to guy to guy to guy, not knowing what they want, not knowing what they want is inside of
Do you know what you want?
themselves. They're always
Like, you don't look particularly happy.
looking for something else to please them. They need
Like, I mean, dog, you've been going at this for, what, 5 years? Okay? That video's from 5 years ago. Here he is 2 weeks ago making the same type of fucking content. Doing the same shit. Not changing or evolving. If anything, he's devolving. Like, he's devolved since. And it's like, is this your straightforward path? Do you want to make videos for incels? Do you want to create a circle jerk for incels for the rest of your life? Is that what you want to do? Is complain about women on YouTube for a living? Is that your dream? Is this really your dream job? Like, don't you want to do something better? Don't you want to make something? Don't you want to be entertaining? Don't you want to cultivate an audience that's either there for you or something about you or some form of content that you make or something that you really have a passion for, that you care about, that you're good at? Like, do you really want your entire livelihood to be about women bad? Like, complaining about modern women, that's what you want your livelihood to be. That's your straightforward path. This is fucking grim. This is depressing.
These are literally
You do the exact thing you're speaking negatively about that he does. What am I doing specifically? Bro, you're projecting like him. You overtalk and insert your opinion. Hold on. Was my criticism of him that he overtalks people and inserts his opinions? That's not what I was saying. Assuming what he is saying, let him complete the sentence. What? Am I not allowed to? Sorry, would you like me to not pause the video and make it transformative? If he says something that contradicts my previous interpretation of it, I will correct it and say, oh, fuck, that's not what that means. I'm sorry, I'll take that back. Like, you might disagree with my interpretations, and that's fine, right? But based on what he's saying, I think my interpretations are at least reasonable. I don't understand how that makes me projecting. Projection is when you share your opinions after pausing the video when you're a live streamer. Like, what? He's a beacon for modern men. Modern women are changing as well. You do the exact same thing you're speaking negatively about that he does? What? Was my criticism of him that he speaks negatively about somebody on the internet? Is that my criticism of him? Or is my criticism of him that he will take one example of, here is a bad thing that a woman did to me one time, and extrapolating it onto all other women, right? You might notice that I am more than willing to shit on this guy and say, wow, this guy is fucking retarded. But at no point do I make the same error in judgment that he does, right? From the opposite end of the aisle. At no point do I say, and this is why men suck. At no point do I say that. At no point am I like, this is why modern men are terrible, why they're all misogynistic pigs, why women don't want to fuck them anymore, because they're all like this, right? That would be more analogous to what he's doing. But I don't do that. And the reason I don't do that is because I think that most men aren't like this. I think most men are fairly reasonable. I think most people are reasonable. At least I would like to think. Have you seen the Destiny allegations? I think I might cover them tomorrow. So why couldn't guys say the same thing about women? Comb soccer. I don't know if you were paying attention, but I was saying that if I were to say that about men, that it would be wrong. That you shouldn't do that. I was giving an example. I wasn't saying that you should say those things. I was saying that, yeah, you shouldn't say that about men or women. I think that all of it is bad. Not that all of it is good. Or that some of it is good.
Really shortcoming yourselves. That's all you're doing. You're ruining your own life.
By not being feminine enough for you? Oh no, I'm ruining my life. What will I do without a high-value man like this?
All the blessings that you should have got over the years, you haven't got them.
All of the blessings? I feel like being with somebody like this would be a curse.
And you're not getting them right now. And it's because of who you've become.
Okay, who have I become? Would you like to explain that to me? Because this video is directed towards me. You know, he said it doesn't apply to real women. I'm a trans woman, which means I'm one of the fake women, you know? Obviously, he's talking about me and all the other fake women out there that don't adhere to his specific standards of womanhood, you know? And, yeah, I just want to know what I'm doing wrong, okay? What am I, as a modern woman, doing wrong here?
A monster.
A monster? Am I a monster?
They don't want to hear that, boy, but it's the truth.
What exactly is the truth?
What even are you? We don't even know what you are.
You don't know what I am? Okay, skill issue.
They want to act feminine sometimes, but then be crazy. And,
So the problem with women is that sometimes we act feminine and other times we don't? Why is that an issue? Maybe I just want to be feminine sometimes, and other times I want to be, I don't know, not feminine. Maybe I want to do things that are considered masculine sometimes, right? Like, for instance, I like to debate people over politics, right? That's considered a fairly masculine activity, right? That's considered a masculine thing to do, is dominating somebody in the free marketplace of ideas. That's like the most masculine thing you could do. And I enjoy that. And other things I enjoy are, you know, fucking showing off my outfits on stream, you know, the fucking putting on lip gloss, okay? Voice training. You know, chilling. Just talking about fucking drama, okay? I like to talk about drama, okay? That's a very feminine thing to do, is talking about drama. Sometimes I like to think about people's emotions. Why is Sabrina posting bad things about you? Dude, I don't know. I'm gonna cover that later, maybe. I don't know. I'm asleep to stream, by the way. All right, enjoy.
they blame it on being...
You enjoy voice training? Yes, it's fun. Of course I do. It's fun as hell, right? I would argue that training your voice to make it sound more feminine is one of the most feminine things you could do, right? So I'd argue that's like a feminine thing that I do, right? I guess, you know, focusing on people's emotions more than anything else is considered feminine for whatever reason. I don't know why that's considered feminine, by the way. I think that should just be like a universal thing. But for whatever reason in our society, it's considered feminine, right? That'd be like another feminine characteristic I have is focusing on shit like that. The way that I want to be treated, I want to be treated like a woman, right? Like I like a little bit of a softer approach in a lot of circumstances, right? Like outside of debate, outside of debate and internet shit, I like a softer approach, right? But then sometimes I like to do masculine things, like debating retards, right? Maybe a little bit of blood sports even, right? There's like a balance, right? It doesn't matter if it's masculine or feminine. That's the point. Right? Who cares? Well, you could spend all the thing is like, I'm having to actually sit here and think, like, what do I do that's masculine or feminine? Because I haven't really thought about it, because I just don't care. Like, what about me thinking about philosophy nerd shit? I don't know. Is that agender? I don't fucking know. Your low voice still sounds like a woman's voice, and that just makes me so envious. Okay, this does not sound like a woman's voice. That's not true. I don't believe that. So offensive you could have said autistic? What? I'm confused. Are you mad that I said the word retarded? You gotta watch Cocomelon. You don't have to stick around. Like, Jesus Christ.
Being emotional. I've heard that line before. You start to call them out for their crazy, erratic, masculine, dominant behavior.
Dominant behavior? So you're... Wait, hold on. So being dominant is masculine, right? But you think that it's good when men are masculine. And so, therefore, by proxy, you would agree that, like, it's fine for a man to be dominant. Okay. By what objective standard is it then wrong, somehow, for a woman to possess the exact same characteristic and present it in exactly the same fucking way? Again, what is the symmetry breaker?
The whole time you're just disgusted.
It sounds like a very low woman's voice. I don't believe that.
You're letting them know what they're doing.
His background sounds like the FNAF office. Yeah, you're right.
And their excuse is, I'm just emotional.
Sorry, I'm gonna Cocomelon right now. All right, have fun with that. Femyoz, have you seen how Trump defined women as people who are female at conception, therefore everyone is defined as a woman? I think I heard about that. I didn't see that specifically, but that's funny as fuck. Hold on, I actually kind of want to look into that briefly. Trump defined female at conception. Wait, where's... I need a quote. Okay. Alright. Let's see here. I don't want my emails to, like, show on screen. Okay, I don't think it's going to. I always have to be careful when I open a news article, because I've almost had that happen before. So, Trump's trans ban defines everyone as a female, but that's not the problem. The president's executive order is an attempt to roll back decades of progress. LGBTQ+ advocates intend to fight back. So this was published on the 22nd of January this year. This is published today. This is literally fucking today. Holy shit. Oh, I don't have an email. Oh wait, never mind. Hours after his inauguration, Donald Trump signed an executive order. Oh, of course he does executive order, because he hates checks and balances. Gee golly, who would have guessed? Wow, it's almost like he doesn't want there to be checks and balances. It's almost like he just wants to be the grand dictator, the grand poobah of the United States of America, who just does whatever the fuck he wants. Regardless of checks and balances. Declaring that in the eyes of the US government, women are biologically female and men are biologically male. Okay, what about intersex people? I guess, fuck intersex people, I guess. Meaning that transgender, non-binary, intersex, and two-spirit individuals would no longer be recognized. But it doesn't stop there. This deliberate rollback of trans and other LGBTQ+ rights and protections also includes a section with definitions that belies a basic biology, claiming that, quote, female means a person belonging at conception to the sex that produces the large reproductive cell, and male means a person belonging at conception to the sex that produces the small reproductive cell. Wait, this is real. Now, for all of the fucking people, all of like the Trump tards that are like, no, you don't understand. Donald Trump is actually pro-LGBTQ+. He's not going to take away your rights. He's like, yeah, hours after his inauguration, he proves you fucking retards wrong. Like, yeah, so much for me saying I told you so, except that the issue doesn't affect the people that were actually saying that. There's like a bunch of straight people saying that shit. But it's like, then there's me, like, screeching over the rooftops because I actually know what the fuck I'm talking about. Hey, by the way, Trump is actually going to attack LGBTQ plus people once he's in office. And guess what? The first thing he does, a few hours after his inauguration, is sign an executive order against trans people. It's especially egregious that this order defines, quote, sex as starting at, quote, conception, which is impossible. Which is true, by the way. At conception, it's female no matter what. It becomes male as a result of being exposed to androgens in the womb. Yeah, but nothing ever happens, nothing changes, and the status quo shall prevail no matter who's in office. Yeah. Says Ash Lazarus Orr, press relations manager, advocates for trans equality. While it's possible to know chromosomal information, human embryos don't show sexual differentiation at that stage, and all embryos initially develop along female nines until later in development. So, according to this definition, all Americans are female. Holy shit, this is real. This is real. Like, this just goes to show that, like, not only is our enemy fucking retarded, like, just beyond fucking retarded, they're the stupidest enemy you could possibly have, but they're in power. These are the people in office. These are the people getting elected. But the implications of this misguided misgendering extend far beyond problems with language. Quote, this obsessive focus on, quote, sex at conception, something that can't even be determined, reveals the administration's anti-science stance and its commitment to spreading falsehoods about how sex and gender actually function. Or tells Rolling Stone, which is exactly what I've been saying. I've said the same fucking shit like 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I was screeching at the rooftops. No! If you think that it's gonna end at fucking we're just not gonna give HRT or bottom surgery to minors and we're just not gonna let trans people participate in sports. If you think it's gonna end there, no. We see that's wrong. We now have people like Nancy Mace, making it so that a trans congresswoman, fucking what's her name, I actually don't remember her name, but there's a trans congresswoman that exists. And now it's like, oh, now she can't use the women's restroom. Okay, so it's not just like trans kids or trans sports anymore. So it's bathrooms, okay? It's legal, it's like the legal recognition of trans people. Wow, it's almost like they don't just stop at whatever relevant culture war talking point they have in mind at the moment. It's almost like they keep going. It's almost like if you give them an inch, they take a mile. Whoa, holy shit. While much of Trump's anti-trans agenda has focused on, quote, protecting children, it always starts with, oh, we just need to protect the children from the gay people and the trans people. But it's never about protecting the children. If your goal was to protect the children, why would you sign an executive order banning all trans people from existence, from being recognized in society? If it was just about the children, then you wouldn't pass laws that affect non-children that are trans, right? But you do, because it's never been about the children. It was never about the children. It was never about the children from the start, and it never will be about the children. These people don't care about the well-being of the children. If they did, they'd be in favor of allowing trans kids to get necessary medical care. But they're not. They're against that, right? They're very against that. They're anti-science, right? But to them, the existence of the quote, the children, isn't something that they actually care about at any meaningful capacity. It's literally just a rhetorical tool for them. To be like, well, what about the kids? So while much of Trump's anti-trans policy, anti-trans agenda has focused on protecting children from left-wing gender insanity, quote, in reality, the executive order relies on trans-focused stereotypes, like the idea that LGBTQ plus people are sexual predators who will harm cisgender women to strip the community of protections we have spent years fighting for, says Allegra. I butchered that. Elle Fischel, founder and executive director of Gender Equality Law Center. I butchered that name. I am so sorry. Holy shit. Though it's unclear how and when the relevant executive branch departments will create policies enacting the executive order, this blatant attempt to erode human rights touches on everything from education to passports to prisons. Whoa. It's almost like it was never about protecting the kids. Holy shit. Or trans sports. Holy fuck. It's almost like it was a wedge issue. It's almost like ceding ground to the right was never the right move. Holy fuck. Wow. It's almost like that the thing that I've been saying consistently for 2 years now was objectively correct. Consistently. This blatant attempt to erode human rights touches on everything from education to passports to prisons, rescinds 5 of Joe Biden's executive orders, expanding transgender rights, and dissolves the White House Gender Policy Council. Here's what to know about one of Trump's first acts in office: an attempt at trans erasure. Given Trump's ongoing commitment to degrade and dehumanize transgender people, which has included spending $15.5 million on trans TV ads over a 3-week period during his campaign, the contents of the executive order are hardly surprising. Trump did exactly what he said he was going to do, and he made it his top priority on day one. So this addresses all of the arguments that people were making before Trump was elected. Well, I know that he says he's going to do all of the bad things that we both agree that we don't want him to do. But, like, he's not actually going to do them. He's just saying that he's going to do them for no reason. No, he's going to do the bad things. If he says he's going to do something bad, he's probably going to do it or at least attempt it. Like, you have reason to believe that there's, like, a chance of it happening. The purpose of this executive order is to erase the existence of trans folks and to continue to drive hatred towards our community. Similarly, as Orr points out, by attempting to force a binary definition of sex, the executive order is a direct attack on the dignity, rights, and safety of trans, non-binary, and intersex individuals, aiming to erase us from public life and deny us equal protection under the law. This erasure occurs by the way of definitions. The executive order stipulates that for the purpose of federal law and policy, sex, quote unquote, refers to a person's biological classification as male or female, and should be used instead of, quote, gender in all applicable federal policies and documents. Of course, Trump can't magically make a group of people disappear by signing a piece of paper. Quote, you can't undo who people are or how they experience their internal sense of gender by issuing an executive order, official says. The executive order tries to suggest that transgender, non-binary individuals shouldn't exist. We and other advocates do not intend to accept this. So, yeah. Oh shit, there's more. Passports and prisons. In addition to only recognizing 2 sexes, the executive order also directs the State Department and the Department of Homeland Security to, quote, require that the government-issued identification documents, including passports, visas, and the global entry cards, accurately reflect the holder's sex, end quote. This includes rolling back the 2022 Biden administration policy permitting passport holders to use the gender-neutral X marker. As of Tuesday, a page on the State Department website that had previously provided instructions for updating passport gender markers redirected to a general passports page. Beyond passports, the executive order calls on the Departments of Justice and Homeland Security to stop housing incarcerated trans women with other women, to, quote, ensure that males are not detained in women's prisons or housed in women's detention centers, which, by the way, is just going to statistically maximize the rate at which women get raped, specifically trans women, right? See, the thing is, trans women are not statistically any more likely to assault cis women than other cis women, right? But they are statistically more likely to get assaulted if they are forced to be housed with men than they are if they are to be housed with women or whoever they choose to be, right? It also stipulates that no federal money should be used for any medical procedure, treatment, or drug for the purpose of conforming an inmate's appearance to that of the opposite sex. It's just like, again, just, and the way that they're going to be able to get away with this, right, is the fact that people don't see prisoners as human, right? So they get away with doing it with prisoners first, okay? Prisoners are basically slaves, not even human, according to a scary number of people. That's sort of what they believe, even if it's just like intuitively, even if they don't say that outright. That is what a lot of people believe, right? Finally, denying trans women access to sexual assault survivor shelters and other, quote, single-sex spaces like restrooms and locker rooms is another directive in the executive order, or explains. Yeah, so this is pretty fucking bad. Let's see here. The fight ahead. Even though the executive orders are legally binding, Sarah Warbelow, I hope I pronounced that correctly, a vice president in the Human Rights Campaign who leads their team of lawyers, says that they will, quote, take time to go into effect and will be challenged in court. The CEO of Lambda Legal, Kevin Jennings, told CNN that the organization is preparing to challenge Trump's decision in court, and the American Civil Liberties Union has pledged to take the Trump administration to court wherever we can to defend LGBTQ+ individuals. While the immediate impact of the executive order may be limited, it could set the stage for a series of targeted anti-trans actions across federal agencies, or says, not to mention that having this type of messaging come from the president is in of itself incredibly damaging. The day following Trump's election, the Trevor Project, a group focused on suicide prevention among LGBTQ+ youths, reported an overall volume increase of nearly 700%, and that was out of fear of what he might do in office. Gee golly, I can't possibly imagine why. I wonder if it has anything to do with the things that he says he's going to do in office. Just food for thought. Just saying. Just putting it out there. These actions are designed to create division and chaos and serve no other purpose than to hurt our communities and our families and treat us differently than all other Americans. Warbelow says, the president may believe that with the stroke of his pen he can rip away our freedoms, but he does not in fact have the power to unilaterally do this. We will fight back against these harmful provisions with everything we've got. Yeah, I'm not sure what we can do as like the average people that don't have any fucking power, like institutionally at all. This is very new. This is like, again, this is an article that was released today. I didn't know shit about this. Sarah McBride. Oh, Sarah McBride is the trans woman in Congress. That's her name. So I think that gives like a fairly detailed. So what's this? From whitehouse.gov. Okay, so this is going to be controlled by Trump and his administration now as of January 20th, 2025. So let's see here. Section 1, purpose. Across the country, ideologues who deny the biological reality of sex. Literally fucking where? Find a single... Actually, you probably could find a single trans person that, like, conflates sex and gender and thinks that their gender is their sex, okay? But, like, find evidence that suggests that most trans people believe that they are the opposite biological sex. Where the fuck is this happening? Nobody is denying biological reality at large. Have increasingly used illegal and other socially coercive means to permit men to self-identify as women. Well, no, it wouldn't be men. It'd be trans women identifying as themselves, right? But by men, do you mean males? Already conflating terms right off the bat. And gain access to intimate single-sex spaces. Intimate single-sex spaces. Are you getting intimate in the women's restrooms? Is that where you have the fucking P. Diddy freak-offs? Is in the restrooms? That's where Diddy goes, and that's where all the baby oil is in the restroom. We gotta keep that in the men's restroom. We can have freak-offs in the women's restroom. That's gonna make the women uncomfortable. Diddy parties must be contained in the men's restrooms exclusively. What the fuck do you think you're gonna do in the bathroom other than piss? Like, I would argue from the standpoint of safety as a trans person, right? What I would recommend doing is just, and again, it depends on where you live and how accepting people are, but generally I would recommend just going in the bathroom of what you look like. Whatever people perceive you as, just go in that bathroom. It's probably safer, right? Again, from the standpoint of it being a safety concern, I'm not saying that you should have to go into that bathroom, but again, that is what you ought to do from the standpoint of your safety. But this is directly being infringed upon. So if I'm in a dangerous area, let's say, okay? Let's say I go in a dangerous area for whatever reason. I don't intend on it for obvious reasons because I'm me. But let's say I did. I am 5'6", okay? And even if I'm wearing like a hoodie and pants or whatever the fuck, or pajama bottoms, whatever the fuck I wear when I boy mode these days, right? I don't feel like I confidently pass as a guy anymore. I don't pass as a guy. I don't think I pass as either, right? To be quite honest. But I definitely don't really pass as a guy as well as I used to, right? So, like, if some transphobic dude just wants to fucking rape me or assault me because he hates trans people, he could just do that, right? That's infinitely more likely to happen if I go into the men's restroom than any possible harm that could arise from me simply going into the women's restroom, peeing, flushing the toilet, washing and drying my hands, and then leaving like a normal fucking person. The only thing I do that's not normal is I grab an extra paper towel and then I use that to open the door with, because I don't want my hands that I just finished washing to touch the door handle, because door handles are disgusting. That's the only weird thing that I would ever do, personally. And you're allowed to, that is pretty weird, but it's OCD granite. All right, let's continue. And gain access to intimate single-sex spaces and activities designed for women. Designed for women. Designed for women. When you say the term women, what are you referring to? From women's domestic abuse shelters to women's workplace showers? Domestic abuse. What the fuck is a trans woman going to do at a woman's domestic abuse shelter? Are they going to abuse the other women? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? What do you think would be a better solution? Just don't have a shelter for them. Have them be forced to go to the men's shelter so that they have to like A, suffer from dysphoria, and B, feel uncomfortable for getting fucking raped or abused. Well, that's fucking crazy. That's insane. That's actually absurd. Yeah, it's like saying that black people are doing blackface to get into black space. It doesn't even make any fucking sense. It's fucking nonsense. Well, women's workplace showers. Women's workplace showers. What workplace showers? Now, chat. I'm a very online person. I work online. This is my part-time job. I mainly do this and go to college, okay? Those are the main two things I do, right? And I work as a lifeguard over the summer. But for the rest of you that work normal jobs, are there workplace showers? Do you shower at work? Or do you shower at home like a normal person? This is just a fucking made-up issue. Yeah, where the fuck are are there McDonald's employee showers now? Well, this is news to me. I didn't know about this. Holy shit. Yeah, nobody showers at workplace showers. This is wrong. No, what's wrong is the fact that you think that there are workplace showers. That's like a real fucking thing that exists. Like, I'm sorry, what? Now, if you want my take on the locker room thing, I just think it's a non-issue, right? I could give a multifaceted take. One, if you think that it's wrong for I don't know, say for instance, somebody with a dick to, I don't know, like shower naked in the women's locker room or whatever. There's a good chance that not very many trans women, if any, are going to do that, right? Not just because it would make the people around them potentially uncomfortable, but because it would make them uncomfortable, right? The other angle that I could attack that with, which is going to be the more like radical lefty take that less people are going to be able to get behind, but I still believe that it's true, so I'm going to hold true to what I believe, which is, honestly, who fucking cares? I'm going to be, like, it's a fucking dick. The fucking get over it. It's a dick. The fucking who cares? Have you never seen a dick before? Are you confused as to what it looks like? Are you gonna be fucking traumatized? It's a dick. Well, what do you think's gonna happen? What do you think is gonna happen that wouldn't otherwise happen? This is fucking stupid. Efforts to eradicate the biological reality of sex fundamentally attack women by depriving them of their dignity. How much do you want to bet, first of all, that a man wrote this? They're talking about women. Just like a man speaking on behalf of women. It's really weird. I feel like most women wouldn't agree with this in our country, if anything. Women tend to be more on the liberal side, right? On average. Like, if we're talking about younger women, at least. Like, nobody is erasing biological sex. Nobody is saying that biological sex isn't real, you fucking idiot. There's just like but obviously they have to pass a law responding to the voices inside of their head. Because if they were to respond to my arguments or any of the arguments levied by actual, trans advocates that know what the fuck they're talking about, or even just regular trans people, you wouldn't have any arguments. You just prove yourself wrong. So you can't include any of the arguments that I make because it would make you look bad. So instead you have to make up an argument. You have to be like, oh, the argument is that biological sex isn't real. Well, that's not true. I've never made that argument. I haven't heard anybody else make that argument. Like anybody that's like relevant at least. Rad left Femi would be based. I'm probably further left than you would intuitively think based on my demeanor, mannerisms, etc. In terms of my actual policies that I'm in favor of. So, efforts to eradicate the biological reality of sex fundamentally attack women by depriving them of their dignity, safety, and well-being. Well, that's interesting. Depriving them of their dignity, safety, and well-being. Now that's fascinating. Dignity, safety, and well-being. All three things that would be deprived from trans women in this case. With this executive order. That is what is being deprived of trans women. Trans women existing doesn't deprive women of that. No rights or dignity have been removed from women by trans people existing. This isn't a real issue. This is just fucking made up. This is a non-issue. The erasure of sex and language and policy has a corrosive impact not just on women, but on the validity of the entire American system. Oh, but like Trump trying to overthrow a democracy in 2020 because he lost and was fucking butthurt doesn't impact the validity of the entire American system? Okay, all right. And I guess to address this specific point, the erasure of sex and language. In what context? Well, when is it useful to talk about biological sex? When are we analyzing people's chromosomes or their sexual characteristics? How often is that useful? Like if I'm just talking to a friend in a social context and I'm referring to somebody else in the conversation, some I don't know, non-binary person, and I say, yeah, that is a person that exists over there. They are eating their food. Whatever the fuck. Right? I'm not making a statement about their fucking biology, obviously. Like, no shit. Nobody is. Nobody is erasing the existence of biological sex somehow magically. It's literally just distinguishing sex and gender, which obviously serves social utility. Yeah, hey guys, this is my biologically male friend. He's a man with a penis. Is that how they want us to talk? Of course not. That's insane. That's actually not what I mean when I refer to a guy friend. Is yes, this is my biologically male friend with a big fat 8-inch cock. Holy shit. But it's just like impact on. It's just like you're talking about women as if they're like these defenseless animals that needed to be defended and protected from the evil trans agenda. But on the validity of the entire American system, how is the American system threatened? Well, what policies are going to be negatively impacted? Basing federal policy on truth is critical to scientific inquiry, public safety, morale, and trusting government itself to truth. Okay, so what truth value is being lost by making the distinction between sex and gender? You could describe both of these things. If anybody is trying to remove truth value, it would be Trump through this executive order that he signed, right? Because in order to describe more things accurately, you need more words that describe different things. So if you have sex and gender mean the same thing and you don't make the distinction, then you just have two words that mean the same thing, right? Whereas it could also be the case that, like, I don't know, maybe you subscribe to my worldview, the correct one, of course, obviously. I mean, come on, we all know. But all jokes aside, if you subscribe to something that I believe, something along the lines of, well, yeah, gender is derived from sex, but it's not sex in of itself, and there is utility in distinguishing these two and not having gender be solely contingent upon biological sex because it serves more social utility, no truth is being denied there. We're just elaborating on the truth and what the truth means, and the only thing that we would be invalidating right, is extrapolations from one truth that are not true, right? So, for instance, it could be the case that I was born as a biological male. This is true. But I don't think it would be reasonable to then extrapolate it, to then say that I ought to be categorized in the masculine social archetype. Right? Those are not the same thing. Those are fundamentally two different claims. You cannot extrapolate one from the other. So if you care about truth, then you should have my position. Because my position is the one that describes and seeks truth. But critical to scientific inquiry. Scientific inquiry. Well, what's funny is that the scientific consensus, well, in favor of my position, obviously. Scientific inquiry. Do you think that scientists are struggling? Do you think that they're struggling to describe biological sex? They're actually not. They don't struggle at all. They just use the term sex instead of gender. Like they've been doing, like, forever. What the fuck are you talking about? Public safety. Really? Public safety. Who is going to be safer? Can you demonstrate with some sort of, I don't know, like peer-reviewed study that public safety is increased by some objective metric through this kind of policy? Of course not. Morale? Morale for who? Like a Trump-tards? Maybe. And to trust in the government itself. This makes me not trust the government, if anything. This unhealthy road is paved by an ongoing and purposeful attack against the ordinary and long-standing use and understanding of biological and scientific terms. My friend, nobody is changing the definition of the word sex, if that's what you're worried about. Now, the meaning of words can change over time. That is true, especially in the colloquial sense that we use them, right? But we haven't really changed the meaning of the word sex. We have a better understanding of what that word means in terms of like understanding, like, okay, this is just not just like a binary, it's binary distribution. Here are like the different here are like potential intersex conditions, right? Like learning, like you might understand more about it. But in terms of the term itself, right, you're colloquially referring to the same thing, right? The term that you would have an issue with then would be gender, which wouldn't be a biological term. That's not a biological term. Now, you could say it's a scientific term if you would agree that, I don't know, like something in the realm of sociology or something like that would be scientific, which I would agree with. But replacing the immutable biological reality of sex with an internal fluid and subjective sense of self is unmoored from biological fact. So this is a fundamental misunderstanding. Nobody is replacing the existence of biological sex. It's not happening. I don't know how many times I have to fucking say it. But these two things are not mutually exclusive. The existence of gender does not magically negate the existence of biological sex. These aren't at odds with one another. If anything, they're complementary. They're not mutually exclusive. This is a fucking horrible point. Invalidating the true and biological category of woman. Why is it a biological category? By what standard is that the case? Improperly transforms laws and policies designed to protect sex-based opportunities into laws and policies that undermine them. Can you explain what the undermining is? Can you demonstrate an objective or measurable harm? Or are you just going to say that it's bad? Oh, it's bad because it's bad. Replacing long... Keep in mind, it's like the language of long-standing, ordinary, long-standing. Like, if something is long-standing, but it's wrong, this doesn't fucking matter. I don't care if something is long-standing, if it's bad. Cherished legal... Nobody is losing legal rights. Cherished legal rights and values... Whose legal rights are being undermined? What are you talking about? With an identity-based social concept. Like, this is just like... This is nothing. This is a nothing argument. Accordingly, my administration will defend women's rights and protect freedom of conscience by using clear and accurate language Well, if you wanted to use clear and accurate language, you would make the sex gender distinction. Like you've done the literal opposite, right? By conflating these two terms, right? By using them interchangeably. You are doing the complete opposite, using man and male interchangeably, right? Conflating these concepts, not just the terms, but the concepts themselves, right? Hey, thank you, Ryan Gacy, for the $5. You beautiful fucking bastard. Saying you're a great mind. Spinny, please. Thank you very much, and I will do a spinny. Just for you, don't you worry. If they wanted to protect women's rights, they wouldn't make 9-year-olds give birth. Yeah, but like those women's rights don't count. Actually, W don't know? Hell yeah. Yeah, it's like, okay, so DEI bad, but like we gotta protect sex-based opportunities. I didn't even think of that. Yeah, you're right. By using clear and accurate language and policies that recognize women are biologically female and that are biologically male. Yeah, who does this benefit? Literally nobody. Nobody benefits from this. Okay. Policy and definitions. It is the policy of the United States to recognize two sexes, male and female. So I guess if you're intersex, get fucked. I guess. If you have a dick and a vagina, oh well, you're not a US citizen anymore. These sexes are not changeable and are grounded in fundamental and incontrovertible reality. These sexes are not changeable. That's not entirely true, right? Now, I wouldn't say that I'm, in terms of my biological sex, a biological female. Right? That would be wrong. But I'm not fully biologically male. So even from if we're gonna look at where trans people lie on the bimodal distribution that describes sex, right? It's not gonna be, it's generally gonna be somewhere a little bit closer to the middle than an average person, right? Just on average. So it is changeable to an extent, right? It's not entirely changeable, right? It's in many ways not changeable, right? But there's some aspects of it that are, right? Under my direction, the executive branch will enforce all sex protective laws to promote this reality. Sex protective? Who are you protecting? What sex is being protected? The sex I had with your mom? Just Jesus fucking Christ. And the following definitions shall govern all executive interpretation of and application of federal law and administration policy. Sex shall refer to an individual's immutable biological classification as either male or female. Sex is not a synonym for and does not include the concept of gender identity. Okay. So I guess you just don't use the word gender. Women or woman and girls or girl shall mean adult and juvenile human females respectively. Yeah, but like why? Like who is this to benefit? Who does this benefit? Now, here's where we get into goofy, silly territory. Female means a person belonging at conception to the sex that produces the large reproductive cell. And a male means a person belonging at conception to the sex that produces the small reproductive cell. So what's funny with this definition is everybody, according to this executive order, is biologically female. Does everyone start out as female at conception? Let's see. So if you, I don't know, do a quick Google search, for example, and look at the first fucking source, which is the National Institutes of Health, all human individuals, whether they have XX or XY or an atypical sex chromosome combination, begin development from the same starting point. During early development, the gonads of the fetus remain undifferentiated. That is, all fetal genitalia are the same and are phenotypically female. All human fetuses' sex organs are identical at conception in that they have none. All humans begin life in the womb as females. Like, literally every source that you look at. Oh, here's another one. Here's another one from the National Institutes of Health. Geneticists have discovered that all human embryos start life as females, as do all embryos of mammals. So, by this absurd fucking standard, this isn't a fucking parody, this isn't a ChatGPT summary, this is what it writes. Female means a person belonging at conception to the sex that produces the large reproductive cell. Everybody is everybody is a female. It is now illegal for anybody to be a male now. Because nobody is male at conception. So if you're female at conception, then you're still female. So we're all female. So for any of the men in chat, I hate to break it to you, you can't be a male anymore because, well, you were a female at conception. And that obviously supersedes whatever. Holy fuck-a-moly. Holy shit. Thank you so much, Randy S, for the $50. Yo, can we get some 07s in chat? Holy fuck. I need to drink water before I read this. Randy S coming in with the $50 donation saying, keep in mind that the people who voted for this are the same people who, by and large, thought mask mandates were a grand conspiracy to oppress our freedom. Most conservatives don't believe in anything, but whatever garbage makes them feel smart/strong. You got a fair point. Holy shit. Feel free to request donor rewards any point. Holy shit. I did not expect that. And yeah, you are spitting facts. But yeah, we're all females now because at conception, literally everybody starts out as a female. Okay, let's continue. Gender ideology replaces the biological category of sex with an ever-shifting concept of self-assessed gender identity, permitting the false claim that males can identify as and thus become women and vice versa. Oh, but by women, do they mean identifying within the feminine social archetype while being biologically male? Yeah, there's no contradiction there. What's the contradiction in that? If that's what they mean by those terms, and that's how everybody in the trans community is using those terms, like, what is the false belief? It's not a false claim. It's just using words differently. Like, there's no one objectively correct definition. It's going to be contextual based on who's saying it, why they're saying it, when they're saying it, how they're saying it, etc. Right? You have to keep in mind that language is not entirely descriptive. You don't find words in the fucking wild and stick to the whatever dictionary definition you find for eternity, right? Dictionary definitions are literally based on colloquial usage of the terms, right? So if you search woman definition, okay? Because this is something that TERFs like to do, this is something that transphobes like to do, right? They really like to focus on the first one that fits their narrative, an adult female human being, right? But what they fail to do is that they forget that, oh, you can scroll down. There's like more than one correct definition to a word, depending on the context, right? It's almost like the context fucking matters. It's almost like a word can mean something else when you use it in a different way. Like, holy shit, bro, it's crazy. A person with the qualities traditionally associated with females. Wow, that's crazy. Huh. Very interesting. Very interesting. But of course they ignore that definition because it doesn't suit their narrative. But I'm not going to say that adult female human being is necessarily an incorrect definition, because I think it depends on the context. Right? The context matters. I don't think that there are any definitions here that are wrong. There might be ones that are outdated or don't really get used as much, right? But I wouldn't say that they're wrong. It depends on the context. Context that you say the word is more important than the word itself. And I think it's safe to say, I think it's very safe to say, that when a trans woman refers to herself as a woman, she's not making a claim about her biological sex. Given the context, it is obviously the case that she is making a claim about the way that she wants to be socially categorized. This is intuitively obvious. So let's continue. But apparently, gender ideology replaces the biological category of sex with an ever-shifting concept of self-assessed gender identity, permitting the false. Oh wait, we already read that. Requiring all institutions to regard this false claim as true. Well, again, you fail to establish how it's a false claim. We already went over this. Gender ideology includes the idea that there is a vast spectrum of genders that are disconnected from one's sex. You mean like the sex-gender distinction? Yeah. What's your argument against that? Oh, okay, here it is. Double space. Two spaces. Glad to see it's formatted well. That's actually, wait, is it like that? Oh, it's consistently like that. Why do they double space? I don't know why it's formatted like that. Okay, anyways. So here's their argument, okay? Gender ideology is internally inconsistent. Internally inconsistent. Now that's interesting. What is gender ideology? Now you might be able to find inconsistencies in people that agree with my position, right? But they're not able to articulate it as well, or they agree with it for the wrong reasons, right? But what is something, for example, that I've said that's internally inconsistent? What have I said that has contradicted something else that I've said in this context? Right? Unless it's like me changing my opinion. Like, I guess you could like be like, well, 2 years ago you said, sure, maybe 2 years ago I said some other shit, right? But in terms of anything I've said recently, what have I said that's like, that's contradicted itself, right? But the internally inconsistent argument is fucking crazy. If we're going to talk about internal inconsistency, what are the easiest things to do in a trans debate? To premise lock the opponent that's anti-trans is to simply ask them, do you believe that sex and gender are the same? And then they say yes. Okay. All right, you believe that they're the same. Do you believe that there are only two genders? And then they say yes. And then I simply ask them, okay, well, if sex and gender are the same thing, and there are only two of them, then what gender are intersex people? Right? And anything that they say, is it going to be male or female? Right? So right off the bat, they contradict immediately, no matter what they say. They contradict the notion that there's only two of them. So they get fucked in that department. In terms of how they categorize them, in terms of it being the same, they get fucked on that front too. Because whatever the fuck they say, right? They might say, oh, well, they're intersex. Oh, so they're intersex gender? I'll be like, well, no, that's an anomaly. Oh, okay, I get it. So they must be anomaly gender then. Well, no. They're like a deformity. Oh, now I get it. So they're deformity gender, right? But nothing they describe is their gender. So if you want to talk about internal inconsistency, your entire fucking side is riddled with nothing but internal inconsistencies that are extremely easy for some retarded 20-year-old streamer that covers YouTube drama slop for a part-time living. Somebody like me can fucking notice this. Like Jesus Christ. But apparently it's internally inconsistent in that it diminishes sex as an identifiable or useful category. Well, under what circumstances is it going to be useful? Because I don't think the claim has ever been that sex is never a useful category, right? That's not the claim. I haven't heard a single trans activist claim that like, yeah, like it's not useful. Like even if you're at the fucking doctor's office, right? And they need to know like what fucking parts they're examining or whatever the fuck. Like, yeah, obviously that's gonna fucking matter. Obviously it's gonna matter. But if we're talking about it in a social context, yeah, that's like a reasonable thing to say, yeah, it doesn't matter. So you're pointing out an internal inconsistency. Like sex is something that is identifiable. I agree with that. I don't think anybody disagrees with that. Useful. Well, I think it's useful sometimes. I just don't think that it's useful in a social context. So Apparently, my ideology is internally inconsistent. I would like for anybody that supports this to explain to me how me simply believing that socially categorizing people on the basis of their biological sex, how me saying that it isn't useful, contradicts one of my other beliefs. I'd love to know. Because I am the most internally consistent motherfucker on the face of the earth. But nevertheless, maintains that it is possible for somebody to be born in the wrong sexed body. Oh, so that's supposedly the contradiction. Yeah, I've heard this argument like a billion times, okay? So there is a fundamental distinction, okay, between being transgender versus gender dysphoric. Now, these are heavily correlated. Perhaps you could even say that gender incongruence might cause gender dysphoria, right? But they're not the same thing, right? The reason that a lot of trans people pursue gender affirming care isn't because it makes them more valid in their identity, right? Their identity is just as valid before they start HRT. However, HRT, for many trans people, mitigates dysphoria, which is a medical issue that a lot of us have, right? That's a real thing. It maximizes our happiness, right? You can hold the position that I can hold the position that in some cases people are happier if they change specific sex characteristics that they have, while also holding the position that no, it's not really, biological sex is not a useful mechanism through which we ought to socially categorize people. Where is the contradiction there? How is that internally inconsistent? Those are two perfectly reasonable positions that can coexist. They go hand in hand. It's such a bad argument. Like I'm like in a fucking fever dream. It's like some like retarded conservative Trump-tard chatter. Like one of those Trump-tards that like writes a paragraph about a bunch of dumb shit with like the fucking default profile picture where it's just like a color in the first letter of their name, right? It feels like if they wrote an executive order. That's what this feels like. It's like actually like a fucking fever dream. So then goes on to say, gender identity reflects a fully internal and subjective sense of self, disconnected from the biological reality, and sex existing on an infinite continuum. Biological reality and wait, so you acknowledge that gender is not the same as sex then, and that gender would exist on an infinite continuum, right? Now, gender identity, I would argue that like that any identity is going to be a social fiction, right? So it has to be subjective to an extent, right? So gender would not be exclusively internal. Gender identity is the internal aspect of gender. Keep in mind. So when we're dealing with gender identity, right? We're just talking about the way that that we would like to be socially categorized, right? So like if I say, oh yeah, I just would like to be categorized as a woman in society. I'd like to be treated as such. I'd like to be referred to using she, her pronouns and with a feminine name, right? I'd like to be recognized as a woman in society, right? I'm not asking for people to make false claims about my genitalia. I'm not asking for people to tell me I have a vagina, right? That's not what I'm asking for, right? I am simply talking about social categorization, right? Which I think is perfectly reasonable. As for gender identity or any social fiction, or sorry, yeah, any social fiction being subjective, fucking course. That doesn't make it magically not exist. Like to pretend like there aren't existing masculine and feminine archetypes in society, like these social archetypes that are derived from sex but not sex in of itself, is absurdly dishonest. Because that's what gender seeks to describe. Is this socially constructed concept that was derived from sex, but not sex in of itself. So it continues by saying that does not provide a meaningful basis for identification. Well, identification in what regard? Socially? It cannot be recognized as a replacement for sex. In what context? Legally? Socially? Socially, it was never sex. What's funny is that all of the gender is just it's just something that was derived from sex. It's like a social category derived from sex. You don't magically make it go away by making it mean the same thing. It's still there. You can remove the term gender entirely. It doesn't magically disappear. The concept still exists even without the semantic distinction between these terms. Right? But what are we replacing sex for? The sex isn't being replaced, right? The only difference is that the way that gender is described might be different. It might be described in a way that's more useful, right? Gender is a social construct. Yes, and that's a position I can actually defend. I like to say social fiction, so that people know I'm not just reciting a talking point, right? Because everyone goes for the, oh, haha, you said the line, it's a social construct line. Right? And generally when people say that, they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Right? It's like a whole lot of nothing. But yeah. But replacement for sex in what regard? Like, sex doesn't magically disappear. We're talking about social components. Like identification. What are we talking about? Legal identification? Social identification? Those aren't your biological sex. Is there like a utility maximizing reason for why we ought to socially categorize people exclusively on the basis of whether or not they have a dick or a vagina? This seems kind of absurd. Doesn't seem very useful. Recognizing women are biologically distinct from men. You mean males and females, I would suppose? Because I would describe man and woman as gender terms, right? These are social fictions, right? And this is something that I can even justify in an argument. So let's say we go back to the adult female human being definition. Because obviously, if you don't do your research, you ignore that later, if you scroll down, the same fucking dictionary also says that a correct usage for the word is a person with the qualities traditionally associated with females, right? Which would be more in line with the way that I define it. Not exactly, but more in line, right? But if you go here, adult female, adult. Well, what does it mean to be an adult? What happens if we search adult definition? Right? Adult, a person who is fully grown or developed. What does it mean to be fully grown? I mean, your brain doesn't stop developing until you're 25, and it continues to develop, actually. Fun fact. Fully grown. Is this not just some like arbitrary metric that we just like made the fuck up? Right? Why is an 18-year-old an adult? Why is it the case that when you're 18 you become an adult rather than when you're 20? Right? It's an arbitrary cutoff point. Right? All of this is a social fiction. Right? Now the reason why I would be in favor of, say for instance, having the cutoff point be at 18, right? I would actually be in favor of it being a little bit higher than 18. I'd be okay with that too. Right? Is because there's some sort of social utility. Right? There is social utility in making the distinction. Right? Because, like, yes, it's going to be arbitrary. But there's social utility. But the same reason that there's social utility in, like, I don't know, say, for instance, age of consent laws. It's actually bad when grown-ass, middle-aged men rape children. It's actually a bad thing when they do that, right? So it serves social utility to have some sort of age of consent, right? So these would be social fictions that are created, right? With some sort of utility function in mind, okay? But the issue is that with gender, with the way that we socially categorize people on the basis of gender, right? Something derived from sex, there doesn't seem to be any long-lasting social utility, at least not anymore, right? Now, in the past, it would have made sense, right? We were hunters and gatherers, right? So it made sense that, yeah, of course, the person that, is fucking pregnant is going to be the person that is the gatherer. Because, like, you want a fucking pregnant bitch to fucking go hunt food? Well, that's fucking insane. You're a crazy person. Of course, the man is physically stronger on average, right? So that's how the roles were determined, right? But this isn't useful anymore. We don't live in that kind of society. We're not hunters and gatherers anymore, right? It's fucking 2025. The utility that was derived from these roles, from when we were hunter-gatherers, does not exist today. It does not exist at any meaningful capacity. Right? Okay. So, let's see here. Recognizing women are biologically distinct from men within 30 days of the date of this order, the Secretary of Health and Human Services shall provide the U.S. government, external partners, and the public clear guidance expanding on the sex-based definitions set forth in this order. Each agency and all federal employees shall enforce laws governing sex-based rights. Rights. I'm sorry, did you say rights? The thing that you're stripping away from trans people and providing to nobody protections. Oh, the thing you're stripping away from trans people and providing to nobody. Oh, opportunities, the thing you're stripping away from trans people and providing to nobody. And accommodations, something you're stripping from trans people and providing to nobody. It's almost as if it's just a target against trans people. Holy shit, who would have guessed? To protect men and women as biologically distinct sexes. Okay, I still have yet to hear a single good argument for why we ought to be socially categorized on the sole basis of our biological sex. Does that not seem fucking insane? Right? Maybe on average, it might be the case that women are biologically female and that's like a suitable role for them. That's not always going to be the case, right? Each agency should therefore give the terms sex, male, female. Like, it's literally just like some fucking anti-science bullshit of just like, but what if we like muddied the waters as much as possible and removed all of the nuance and utility that could be granted from the terms? Well, let's remove these agencies' abilities to use multiple terms to mean different things. Let's make all of these terms mean the same thing, actually. The meaning set forth in Section 2 of this order when interpreting or applying statutes, regulations, or guidance, blah, blah, blah. When administering or enforcing sex-based distinctions, every agency and all federal employees acting in an official capacity on behalf of their agency shall use the term sex and not gender in all applicable federal documents. Like, do they think that this is going to magically make gender go away? You're still gendering people whether you realize it or not. You're just exclusively doing it on the sole basis of their sex, but you're still socially categorizing them, whether you realize it or not. You're still socially categorizing them as masculine or feminine archetype in society. Intentionally or not. The Secretaries of State and Homeland Security and the Director of the Office of Personnel Management shall implement changes that require the government-issued identification documents, including passports, visas, and global entry cards, accurately reflect the holder's sex as identified under Section 2 of the order, blah, blah, blah. Remove all statements, policies, forms, communications that go against like this fucking insane executive order. Federal funds shall not be used to promote gender ideology. This sounds like it was written by a fucking the retarded Twitter shitter. It sounds like the kind of person to unironically call Twitter X and think that it's a beacon of free speech when all of the journalists that criticize Elon Musk magically disappear. Each agency shall assess grant conditions and grantee preferences to ensure, to ensure grant funds do not promote gender. It's just like, it's such a nothing issue. It's so fucking useless. The The Attorney General and Secretary of Homeland Security shall ensure that males are not detained in women's prisons or housed in women's detention centers, including through amendment as necessary, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so basically, like, if I were to, like, get convicted of tax fraud, you know, that would mean that I get to go to the men's prison, where I get to get raped and have no safety or human dignity. It's fucking crazy. Let's see. The Attorney General shall ensure the Bureau of Prisons revises its policies concerning medical care to be consistent with this order, and shall ensure that no federal funds are expended for any medical procedure, treatment, or drug purpose of conforming an inmate's appearance to that of the opposite. So basically, necessary medical care, you want that? You need antidepressants, or, I don't know, in this case, gender-affirming care in order to not kill yourself? Well, we're going to maximize the likelihood of you wanting to kill yourself anyway. Good, you're a man. Why should you go to the women's prison? Well, I don't think I should go to either one. But, like, if I had to choose one or the other, I would choose the one that I am less likely to get raped in. Like, what the fuck? Like, yeah, I'd rather not get fucking raped. I'd rather not get anally raped every day. You know, I wouldn't even have to drop the soap. Agencies shall effectuate this policy by taking appropriate action to ensure intimate spaces designated for women, girls, females, or men, boys, or males are designated by sex, not identity. I guess if you're intersex, just don't go anywhere. Just pee in the streets or some shit. I don't fucking know. Anyways. Protecting rights. I don't think that they're protecting rights, but okay. The general attorney shall issue guidance to ensure the freedom to express the binary nature of sex. Oh, okay, so it's like freedom of speech for me, but not for thee. Okay. Lovely. That's incredible. And the right to sex spaces and workplaces. You know, you want to know what the solution would be? Like, if conservatives were actually concerned about trans women secretly becoming trans women in order to rape cis women in the women's restrooms. Well, why not just implement some sort of gender-neutral bathroom policy and make everybody happy? Then who the fuck is gonna complain? Oh, fuck. This is just another bathroom. Who fucking cares? You just do that. Yeah, you ever thought of that? But they're not gonna do that. That doesn't make too much logical sense. These people are fucking complete partisan hacks, right? It's like the obvious solution. Like, if this is a real issue, if this is such a huge concern, just make gender-neutral spaces. It's really fucking, like, holy shit. The obvious solution right there, if it's such a big deal. If it's not a big enough deal for you to make gender-neutral spaces, then why the fuck are you making an entire executive order? They say bathrooms cost too much. You can just let people use the staff bathroom. Well, if it's good, well, in that case, like, they could have the worldview that, like, oh, well, this isn't ideal, right? It's, like, not ideal, but, like, we ought to do what, I don't know, minimizes the likelihood of somebody getting raped on average or assaulted in the bathroom, right? And allowing trans people to go into the bathroom associated with the gender that they identify with, right? Minimizes the likelihood of people, like, the statistical likelihood of them getting assaulted in bathrooms. But again, if this was like such a huge concern, and they really wanted to address this, so that trans women, you know, being the huge threat we are, aren't in women's restrooms, just make gender neutral bathrooms. Communal bathrooms are all bad. It's true. Communal dude. It's like when communism. Actually, it's actually woke. Gender can be determined by clothing, mannerisms, social roles, and everything. Also, you can perceive it's a cultural construct. Are you talking about gender expression? I think you're talking about gender expression. Or you're using a very broad definition. But I'd be a little bit more specific than that. Right? No, whatever part you have down there. Go to the bathroom that has that. What do you think I'm gonna do? Fucking go to the bathroom and start doing the fucking helicopter? You think I'm gonna whip my dick out? What the fuck do you think people do when they go to the restroom? They fucking throw a Diddy party? They start fucking pouring baby oil everywhere? What the fuck do you think? You go to the bathroom, you go to the stall, you pee, you flush the toilet, wash your hands, and then leave. That's what, like, this is not complicated at all. Let's see. Is there anything else interesting? Blah, blah, blah. Agency, head, blah, blah, blah. Okay. And then here's a bunch of other shit. Okay, so we've gone over this. I think we're done with that. I think we've beat that issue to death. I finished your fan art. It's on my community post. It's age appropriate for stream if you want to show it. All right, bet. All right, we'll do. I will take a look. Don't you worry. Community. Yo, let's go. Dude, we got new fan art. Yes. All right, let's see. Hey, at Femyoz. This is the piece I made for you. Hope you like it. To be honest, I love your content. Saw you join my live yesterday, lol. I appreciate it. I don't have a huge variety of colors. Made sure to add in your blonde hair. And then do your name in trans colors. Sorry to hear about you and your girlfriend. Hope you're doing well. Love you. Bye-bye. Oh, that's so sweet. And then you've got oh. There we go. The ears, blush. What is that? Heart necklace. W lettuce maxing, that's true. Velvet / red skirt. Furryos. I'm a furry now. What the fuck? Since when? Femyoz. I'm a spawn of Satan. Thigh highs, of course. Of course. What does that say? TA9? I don't know what that means. Anyways. And then Robin down there. Yo, dude, that's so based. Let's go. Hell yeah. Dude, I'm a furry now, apparently. Dude, I'm on my furry arc. Chat. I'm not beating the furry allegations with this one. Cute. Hell yeah, dude. But yeah, y'all are more than welcome to tag me in any fan art you do. Always very much appreciated. And yeah, if neo-Nazis think it's a salute, it's a salute. Oh, for the Elon thing, yeah. Did you know the neo-Nazis are celebrating Elon's salute? That sounds about right. It's confirmed. Yeah, dude, the furry allegations have been confirmed, chat. It's crazy. What are we gonna do? It's fucked up. It's a fucked up world we live in. But yeah. I don't know what else to do here. I don't know where to go from here. I guess we could keep watching this guy. Yeah, the furry situation is crazy. But yeah, I feel like we talked about politics for too long. Holy shit. Someone's been asking for you, the state thingy? Wait, what? Declaration? Dude, Chat, how long do I have to cover politics for? America is the Nazi country now? Yeah. Anyways. So sick that men never used to be women while ignoring the centuries of indigenous people. I said previously, my culture sees the roles, the jobs that each individual partakes in. Oh yeah, you're mainly talking about gender expectations. Do you think anyone will care about the Elon salute in a week? Probably not. I don't think so. Frankly, I didn't really care. Like, I mean, I wouldn't say I care. Like, beyond, like, oh, wow, it's funny. I'm not, like, upset that it happened. It's just like, yeah, that seems about right. I didn't know he would be this mask off, but I'd actually rather him do the salute than not do the salute publicly because it's bad optics, and I think it'll make him and his side look bad. So, I actually hope people don't forget about it, but Like, there's not much I can do other than be like, yeah, it's like a funny ass clip. Politics are less fun when they directly affect my rights. Yeah, for sure, for sure. Oh yeah, I was absolutely a Nazi salute. We covered it yesterday. It was obviously the ADL and the Nation of Israel have declared it not a Nazi salute. Yeah. I wonder if that has anything to do with financial ties or financial interests or anything like that. Oh, sure it doesn't. Yeah, I'm sure it's just a... You fucking trust the ADL? The same fuck... Nah, dude. I know this shit is old as hell, but didn't the ADL slander PewDiePie? Okay? Dude, I don't give a fuck what the ADL says, okay? They fucking slandered PewDiePie. Okay? Like, they slandered him so hard that he was originally donating $50,000 to them. And then he canceled the donation and donated it to some other organization because they fucking slandered him. So, yeah. What is your proof that it was? That it was what? What are you talking about? Dude, I don't know. ADL has been alarmist forever, and now all of a sudden it's no big deal. Yeah, it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. It's like, if you support Palestine, you're a Nazi, but like, if you fucking Sieg Heil publicly, and you're like a billionaire, then like, it was just an honest mistake. His autism made it do it. His autism made it do him. I hate when my autism makes me Sieg Heil and Hail Hitler. It's the worst. Does the ADL still say ACAB is a right-wing slogan? Lamau, they used to. Did they actually? That's fucking crazy. Holy shit. I forgot to put the cat ears on. Since we got half the Donegal. My apologies. Nobody reminded me. PewDiePie yelled the N-word on the street. Oh, dude, who fucking cares? Dude, dude, it's like, who cares? This shit happened like what? Like, fucking 8 years ago? Yeah, that would be like 7 or 8 years ago now. You were in the middle of politics, so I didn't say anything, lol? Yeah, that's fair. I feel like it's a little bit harder to be taken seriously when you've got the cat ears on, so it's a good thing nobody said anything during the political segment, and that I noticed after. Do the head shake. There you go. If only Trump would wear cat ears. True. True. We would all benefit so greatly from the Donald Trump fucking cat ears arc. That's what we need. Anyways. Dude, I need to fix my posture. He probably made a mistake and tried to redeem himself. It's like, dude, he said the N-word in the heat of a moment, like, when he was, like, playing a game. Like, yeah, like, it's wrong. It's bad to call somebody the N-word. But, like, who fucking cares? Like, I really don't give a shit. Oh no, PewDiePie said the N-word, like, fucking 8 years ago. Just, dude, I don't care. I don't know. You had people hold the sign saying gas the... Are you talking about when he, like, well, what was the was it, like, was it Cameo? It was either Cameo or, like, the other one that's, like, really similar to Cameo. Dude, that shit was funny as fuck, though. That shit was hilarious. It was just, like, it was, like, he was proving the point that, like, yeah, these people will write fucking anything. Yeah, it was Fiverr. It was Fiverr. It was supposed to be a joke. Yeah, it was fucking hilarious. Like, I don't know, like... Do you think I'm gonna be anti-edgy humor here? Come on, this is the Femyoz channel, okay? That shit was fucking... That was funny, okay? And, like, the point of the joke was not Jewish people bad. Oh, that wasn't the point of the joke. The joke was like, oh shit, like, these people literally write anything on a sign. It doesn't matter how fucking abhorrent it is. Like, the joke wouldn't be funny if PewDiePie actually believed what the sign said. Like, if that was his political position, it wouldn't be funny. It would just be, like, embarrassing. Like, oh shit, like, you're that retarded? Like, you actually believe this? Right? The joke wouldn't even make any sense because it wouldn't be like an insane thing. Like if that's just like your political position, it's not even an insane thing from your perspective. So what would be the joke? So obviously it's the case that no, PewDiePie doesn't believe that what the sign is saying is correct. That's the point. The sign is meant to be reprehensible. But that's why it's funny. It's fucking hilarious. But yeah. Anyways. But yeah, it's gonna be, I will say, Jade, if you think you can fix me, I assure you, you can't, okay? I have been pro edgy humor, pro edgy shit posting for fucking God knows how long, and it hasn't, my political positions have changed a lot. That hasn't changed. That's remained very consistent. So, very sorry to break it to you. I'm like, you know, I have a tendency to be correct about everything, but also I just like when it comes to trivial shit, I just don't care. Like, edgy humor is fucking hilarious, so just fucking cancel me. Anyways, I kind of want to watch the rest of this.
You're not soft. You're not.
Watching you, I am. But do you disagree with that? I could show you. I don't want to.
Soft. They won't admit to being masculine when you call them out for that, bro, because it's kind of embarrassing for some women to be known.
I mean, if you're calling out a woman and being like, wow, you're masculine, this is disgusting behavior. Like, yeah, they're probably going to feel like shit because you're shaming them. Yeah, that's like reasonable.
Is masculine. No woman out here that looks good.
I'm fine with edgy humor, but I just think jokes about exterminationism kind of hits a sore spot for me when white people exterminated my people. Yeah, but like if this is the standard we go by, it's like you're not allowed to make a joke about anything because like, well, what if there's one person that was like affected by this like bad thing? Like, oh, well, we can't make jokes about cancer because what if somebody had a family member die of cancer? Oh, well, we can't make jokes about rape because like, what if a rape victim is watching? Oh, we can't make jokes about Hitler because what if like a Jewish person's grandpa survived the Holocaust? Or some shit. Like, it's just, you can't make jokes about anything at that point.
Maybe some brute mongler of a woman wouldn't care that she's masculine, but no woman that looks good is gonna want to be considered masculine, and they deflect.
But that's not true though. Like, there are plenty of butch women that are hot as fuck. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like that's okay.
Deflect it, even though they're acting like that. They just deflect it and say something else. They use a different word. Oh, I'm just emotional. Nah, you're masculine.
I'm just emotional. Nah, you're masculine. I thought your position was that women are like intrinsically emotional. That's like an intrinsic property of womanhood. I guess he's changed his position over the course of these 5 years from being women are intrinsically emotional or some shit. It's like an intrinsic property of womanhood and femaleness to Actually, it's not that they're emotional. They are masculine. And it's all going full circle.
And it's embarrassing. I feel embarrassed just being around you. So,
I mean, to be fair, I feel like anyone that would be embarrassing to be around would be this guy. Like, I would not want to be caught dead being anywhere near this guy, interacting with him.
That's the thing. Women do not understand the power in their own femininity today.
Okay, if femininity is so powerful, then put on the fucking maid outfit. You seem like the type of person that wants to be powerful. You know, you could become a strong, brave, powerful, independent transgender woman. You know, you just put on the cat ears, okay? Put on the fucking thigh highs. Born to be a silly little EP girl, forced to be political. Unironically true.
And it's their own loss, bro. We try to tell them. We all try to tell them. And not enough guys are telling women how it is. And just letting them be however, and that's a huge downfall because we need...
Letting women be however is a downfall? I'm sorry, what in the fuck?
How it is. And just letting them be however, and that's a huge downfall because we need more...
Apparently the huge downfall is that we let women be who they are? That's the huge downfall. That's what the contention is with. He has a contention with this isn't a real person.
More men stepping up, you know, put their foot down and saying how it is, because we have always led since the beginning of time, and we have to stop letting women just be this way.
Yeah, but why do you have to lead? What if a woman is more dominant than you? Like, what the fuck? Like, do you have to lead anyway? That's fucking stupid. But what if the woman is a better leader? What if she's smarter than you? Which, you know, she probably fucking is, given the fact that, you know, on average, people are most likely going to have like an IQ that's, you know, somewhere like around like 100, right? Which is going to be significantly higher than 70, right? And they're going to be significantly smarter than you on average, right? So surely you would want whoever the fuck is smarter than you, which is like everybody, men and women, to take charge and make decisions, right?
And one of us can't do it. We all have to do it. If all men stepped up, all of this stuff would...
Yes, if all men just stepped up in unison to control women again, we could take our country back and force women to become our property once more. We could remove their voting rights. It's like so fucking deranged. It's like, wow, I wonder why you're still single. It could be anything, truly.
Would come to an end. I'm telling you now, it would. Women need us so much more than you guys think. And the fact...
like, men collect... I mean, like, yeah, each... like, yeah, sometimes, yeah. Like, if we're talking about, like, in terms of, like, reproduction or whatever the fuck, the continuation of the human species, yeah, you need males and females, I guess you could say, if that's what you're trying to get at. But they don't need you specifically. Where did I click?
To the table.
What did I click? I don't know where I am. It's just dead air
It's
max.
not even about what they bring.
Hold on, where is it?
You think you're going to care if you stop talking at 20? No.
Dude, I don't even know where the fuck I was. Hold on. We'll just go to my stream, and I'll just, like, look at it from my perspective, okay? What is that? That's like 11 minutes in or something, I think. Okay. Well, they were like 11-ish minutes. Maybe like a little bit past that. Okay. Sorry.
Just be this way. And women
Dude.
need us so much more than you guys think. And the fact that...
Yeah, you also need women. Like, what is your fucking point? Yeah, men need women. Women need men. What it was fucking... Make an argument. Jesus Christ.
Y'all are just giving them that much power is why this stuff is happening. Because, bro...
How dare you have an equal distribution of power among men and women when there's no logical reason to make it disproportionate? Other than, I guess it might benefit you personally.
If you give a child the keys to the car, go drive the car today, son.
Yeah, a woman is not a fucking child. What are you talking about?
He's young. He don't have his license. It's...
Yeah, I know that maybe the women that you like to date are children, but for the rest of society that isn't a fucking freak like you, for the rest of us that aren't fucking degenerate freaks, when we date women that are the same age as us. So we don't really have that issue.
It's wrong, but guess what? He's gonna do it. If I was a kid, I would do it. Because you're giving the kid the right to do something wrong, even when they shouldn't do it.
So you don't think that women should have rights? Well, a woman could make the same argument. Well, men might do something wrong. If I know that a man's going to do something wrong, he shouldn't have the right to do it. You know, I, as the motherly protective figure, ought to stop this man from doing it. It's just like, you just apply the same dumb fuck logic in either direction. It doesn't make any sense either way.
You guys are letting women act this way a lot of the time, and you're not doing nothing about it. Let me tell you something right now.
But, like, I'm sorry, you're talking about women as if it's like your fucking property. As if it's like your child or something. Like a dog, it's a fucking human being. It's like an adult. It's like a fully grown adult. It's not your disabled child that you need to, like, stop from, like, I don't know, licking the fucking toilet seats. Like, it's a grown-ass woman.
This behavior was presented in front of me I did something about it. I put a stop to it.
Oh, shit. He put a stop to it. He put a stop to it, chat. Oh, dude, he's the real deal.
Literally.
He literally did it.
Things ended because I put a stop to it.
Oh, dude. Oh, no. What a tragic loss for the woman. Oh, I'm sure she's truly devastated that she's no longer with you. Oh, what a devastating loss it must be.
A lot of guys can't do it. They'll continue to
I'm sure she has so much regret.
accept bad, crazy behavior, and they won't do nothing about it.
It's true. Only men are allowed to have bad, crazy behavior.
This is a huge problem in the world. If
It's a
every
huge
dude
problem.
stepped up, women would be forced to get in line and act right.
Oh, okay. So here it comes. Okay, so you don't want to just like socially pressure. You want to force women to act the way that you want them to for your personal gain. It's not about like what's beneficial to society. You just think that they should be forced into submission because you're a degenerate freak. And unfortunately, that's not how it works. We live in the real world. This is why you don't get bitches, because any woman that sees this is gonna think, wow, this guy's a fucking loser. I don't want to fuck. My pussy feels really dry. Holy shit. I've never had more of a fucking Sahara desert down there than I do currently.
This is a huge problem in the world. If every dude stepped up, women would be forced to get in line and act right.
Like this isn't even a straw man of his position. Like, he's just saying what I would normally assume is a straw man of the opposing view. He's just saying it outright. He's just saying the quiet part out loud. Like, Jesus Christ, this guy's retarded.
Now, there's needles in the haystacks of women in the world that know how to act. Most don't today.
Oh, you mean ones that are entirely, unwilling to like push back if you do something wrong. Ones that are like complete doormats that'll let you walk all over them and won't, give you any pushback if you treat them like shit.
Most.
Like, I'm sorry, but dog, if you have to force women to act the way that you want them to, I'm gonna be real, but like, you're not gonna get any bitches. I'm sorry.
Modern women don't know how to act today. And it's evident.
If only we could remove their voting rights, am I right?
So, as men, y'all have to do a better job of telling women like it is, but a lot of you won't because you're scared of losing the little itsy bitsy option of a woman that you have around. That's the thing. Why not have 50 around?
What? Because that's not very practical. I mean, you could if you wanted, theoretically, right? As long as everybody's consenting, like, I wouldn't have an issue with it. Probably not a good idea, but to each their own, I guess, but...
You think you're going to care if you stop talking to one? You think you're going to care if you stop talking to 20? No.
Oh, okay, so the idea is that you get to emotionally disregard them. Okay, all right. It's just like another mechanism through which you could just see them as sex objects rather than people.
For a man to be a man and to become the prize and to become a somebody, you will put yourself in a position where you can demand the best out of a woman. And if you get the best...
Wait. But I thought you said that it's bad when women demand things of you. So it's good when you demand things of women, but when women do exactly the same fucking thing back to you, it's suddenly a problem? Gee golly. This guy is a fucking expert. No wonder why he's still fucking single when he's like in his 30s. Well, gee, wow, wait, why is he single? It's a mystery. I just can't think of a single reason why.
Best from a woman, you're going to be your best for the woman. She's going to be happy. You're going to...
Yeah. She's going to be happy, okay? It's for her own good. If you're like a controlling, manipulative piece of shit in the relationship, she's going to be happy, okay? She just doesn't know any better. She's like a retarded child, as we established earlier in the analogy.
Be happy. It's a win-win-win-win-win situation all the way around.
No, it's not a win-win situation. It's a lose-lose-lose-lose-lose situation. It's a lose-lose because the woman loses because she gets treated like shit and like she's not an actual fucking person with agency, right? You lose because the woman dumps your ass because you're a piece of shit. Like nobody wins. Nobody gets anything.
On board. And this is what we need more of in today's society. Because things is out of hand. Like completely out of hand. Modern women bring nothing.
Like bro, like I'm sorry, but like, if he had it his way, he would have women living in fucking cages. And calling him fucking master all day, okay? Like, you just know for a fact, okay? Like, this guy's politics is heavily informed by his weird gooner fantasies, right? You just know for, like, they're definitely intertwined. Like, this like, whole, like, sub-dom dynamic of, oh, the woman needs to be submissive, I make the demands, right? Some weird, like, it's like, just like some, like, very poorly thought out BDSM scenario.
But problems to the table.
You know, it's crazy how every single woman is the problem and not you. Like, surely it couldn't be you that's the common denominator.
It's not even about what they bring.
What do you bring?
It's not that we need them to bring things to the table. It's almost like we need you to be less. We need you to be doing less.
We need you to do less? Why would you want them to do less? Why do you want a weird, like, look, unless it's like a 24/7 power dynamic, kinky ass relationship, like, why do you need, like, this weird fucking power dynamic? Who is this for?
We need you to stop talking so much. We need you to start acting accordingly. We need you.
Oh, so the issue is that, like, she's acting like a real fucking person with feelings and shit, right? Like, dishwashers aren't supposed to talk. They're supposed to wash the dishes.
To know your place. So bring less to the table, actually.
Wow, I wonder. Yeah, I'm sure she's just drenched in pussy.
And I've had a conversation with this with a woman a while ago, bro, which is now done. Because these conversations have been brought up. What do you want from me? What do you want from me? It's not about what I want. It's about the things you're doing that has to stop. That's what you can.
Yeah, but like, why do they have to stop? Like, well, like all you've brought up is like, wow, I can't believe that, like, the women are, like, I don't know, like, doing too much in the relationship. That's your example? Is women do too much? They're contributing too much? Like, what the fuck does that... What do you want about? Just know your place. This is fucking stupid.
You can bring to the table. You can show up for me and be your best. You can show up for me like you did in the beginning, and you can be fucking nice. And I didn't say it like this to them.
Dog, they don't know you shit. They could just leave. And that's what they've done. That's why you're single. Alright? They probably have new boyfriends and you're a fucking single, lonely ass virgin loser. Or not, maybe not, you're not a virgin. I don't know if you have, I don't know if this guy's made it as far as the bedroom before. It wouldn't surprise me if he hasn't. But like, holy shit. This is fucking sad.
I said a little bit nicer than that, but
I feel like I'm losing brain cells, probably because we all are collectively. But it's okay, we can suffer together. Femyoz, you look and sound so beautiful tonight. I love you. Thank you, Jess. I really appreciate that. Thank you for the kindness.
you guys know damn well I say it like it is. And I said it like it was then. I just didn't curse at the person. I just didn't, you know, a little bit nicer. But I let them know exactly how it is.
Yeah, you showed that woman her place. She should know that she is the property of her man.
It's not even about what you bring. It's about your behavior. It's about the things that you're doing that you should.
Yeah, you better be on your best behavior. I am your authority figure. That is the relationship. I am your boss now.
Doing. So if you can bring better behavior to the table, which costs you $0.00, we'll be just fine.
Like, dog, you're talking about women as if they're children. I don't know, maybe the women that he fantasizes about are that age, and again, that just says a lot about him, but like generally when I think about women, I think of people with the same agency as me. Like, I wouldn't describe them the way I would describe a child. But I don't know, like, I'm not gonna say this guy's a pedophile, but Jesus fucking Christ.
Bring some sweetness, bring some femininity, bring some care, bring some kindness, bring some compassion, bring some nurturing. It costs $0 in 0 cents.
Well, why don't you provide any of those things? Let's go back. Let's go back. Because, like, you were talking about, like, how you need to show the women what their place is. Well, if that's all you're doing is being demanding, and a piece of shit. Why would they give you any of these things? They probably did at the beginning before you treated them like shit.
It's fine. Bring some sweetness. Bring some...
Sweetness? Do you bring that in a relationship? Are you sweet in relationships? Like, this guy does no self-reflection at all. It's like he expects women to do all these things, but he doesn't do them himself. And it's like, wow, I wonder why the relationship goes horribly when I demand women do all these things that I don't do myself. And I treat them like shit. And I demand that they respect my authority over the household. Like, wow, I wonder why they don't like you.
Femininity. Bring some care.
Why don't you bring femininity? Put on the fucking maid outfit. Bring some care. You could do that. You can care for your woman. That's a thing you can
bring
do.
Some kindness.
Yeah, those are all things you can bring to the table. Do you bring those to the table? Or do you just demand things? Because based on what you've described, you for whatever reason think that because you're like in the masculine role or whatever, that means you get to like demand whatever you want. And that she should follow your orders like a dog no matter what, under all circumstances.
Bring some compassion. Bring some nurturing. It costs $0 and 0 cents.
He's willing to be the provider, though. He's just old school. There's a difference between being old school or wanting to be like the provider versus making this like weird extrapolation, saying that it's a problem with modern women, right? He's making a broad statement. He's making a broad sweeping claim about how women ought to be broadly. Not just, he's not talking about his personal preferences for women, right? Like if you were to make a video being like, yeah, so like I generally prefer it. I have a type, you know, I sort of am into trad wives, you know, I don't know. There's just something about them, you know, their femininity, like that, just like, I don't know. I just really like that dynamic, right? If that was his video, like I would be perfectly fine with that, right? To each their own. I have no issues with something like that, but that's not what he's saying. He's obviously making claims about the way that women ought to be, right? He's making a claim about the way that women ought to behave and how they ought to be subservient to men, right? Like it's some sort of obligation, but it's not. It's not an obligation. Nobody is obligated to do any of that. Now, if you find a trad wife who wants to live that lifestyle, fine, but you better fucking treat her well.
And you want to know something? It costs a man an arm and a leg to have a woman around.
Well, that must be why you have both arms and both legs then. No bitches.
Especially in today's day and age. So that's much harder than bringing things naturally to the table that you don't even have to do any effort on. Like, it's not even effort. It's how you naturally should act. We can't.
What do you mean naturally should act? What does it mean to naturally act like something? Do you mean just like going off of instincts? Do you think that going off of instincts is the morally correct thing to do under all circumstances? Do you think that instincts dictate morality? What the fuck is this retarded horse shit?
Can't even get that today, bro, because all modern women bring to the table is problems, is their baggage, is the things that.
What about money? Like, what if they work? Like, wouldn't it be nice to, I don't know, like, have both people work so that, like, if something gets fucked with one of their sources of income, like, it's just like, oh, well, fuck, it's okay. We can still afford rent. Because both people are saving money and paying rent. You know, like, have you ever thought of that as, like, a possible benefit?
That's what's wrong with them in their past life. Like, guys, they bring the whole kitchen sink. They depend on a man to fix them and to fix their traumas and everything else. And you know what? I'm going to tell you something right now. You put most things in front of me.
Yeah. I fixed your kitchen sink. Therefore, you must follow all of my orders like a dog. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, this is fucking insane. Yeah, good for you. You fixed a kitchen sink. Fucking bravo.
And I'm going to fix it. I'll tell you one thing I can't fix, and that's a traumatized woman. I can't fix that. You think I can fix a traumatized woman?
Nobody is asking you to fix that. What were you talking about? It's fucking made up.
God couldn't fix her, and you think I can fix her? I can't fix that. I can support you. If your mental health is bad, I can support you.
The stream is so sad. You can't expect any real changes in this world if you keep ranting about some random guy's video on YouTube. If you want change, fight for it in the real world. What do you think? Do you think that my number one goal with streaming is to change the world? No, I want to entertain people. I guess I want to change the world in that way. I want to be entertaining. Like not everything I do has to have some profound cause behind it. I could just do things for fun because I enjoy it. Sometimes I enjoy making fun of retarded people.
I can, give you some kind words, some you know, some support like that.
Oh, dude, what would I do without kind words from this lovely individual right here who doesn't even wash his face?
I can give you a hug. I can, you know, you can come to me. I can give you a hug. I can tell you it's going to be okay, to keep on fighting. I can give you words of encouragement. I can't get.
Dude, I just, like, imagine this guy doing it. Like, he would do it in, like, the most robotic, fucking, autistic way imaginable. He would be like, and I hope that you are okay, and I will be very sad if you are not. I will give you a hug. I will give you a hug if you need it. Here is your hug. Everything is going to be okay. Nothing is going to hurt you. Like, Jesus Christ, I feel like that'd just be off-putting. That'd be, like, the most off-putting shit imaginable. This is boring as fuck. A sad person ranting and begging for $100. Begging for $100? You think that a dono girl is begging for $100? Chat, make sure to donate. Donate, or else I'm gonna go homeless and die. Oh no. Streamlabs link in the pin message. I wasn't begging before, but now I'm gonna beg out of spite. Chat, I'm about to have my homeless arc. Make sure to donate using the Streamlabs link in the pin message, streamlabs.com/Femyoz, or else I'm gonna go homeless and die. Oh no. Shit. Chat, it's up to you to save me from going homeless. All you have to do is donate at least $1 or $5, or maybe if you really want to prevent me from going homeless, like $100. The more you donate, the less homeless I become. You know? Guys, it's very, make sure to donate to me, okay? Who's gonna pay for my Uber? There we go. There's the e-begging you asked for. Or that you were supposedly there, I just validated your complaint. You're welcome. This guy looks like the most boring peaked in high school robot designed to be as blind as possible with no thoughts of his own. That's literally what I was saying. Like, yeah, this guy is like clearly peaked in high school. Like I said this like an hour or two ago.
Get in your fucking body and fight your trauma.
Yes, you are banned if you don't. You're not banned if you donate anything after $5. I won't even say that as a joke.
Your demons for you.
Because nobody's gonna know the context anymore. Like, none of the new viewers will get that reference.
Something I can't do. So you put most things in front of me and I'm gonna fix it. There's certain things that can't be fixed. There's certain things that we have to fix ourselves.
Yeah, like maybe, I don't know, yourself. You should fix yourself, maybe. Instead of remaining stagnant since high school and now you're in your 30s. You still peaked in high school. Maybe you could change that, but it doesn't seem like you want to do anything to do. You don't want anything to do with that. Sorry, fuck, I misspoke. You don't want anything to do with that. You don't want anything to do with you bettering yourself.
So...
I wasn't there an hour ago? Well, great minds think alike, aspiring.
This is the crazy world we find ourselves in, bro. It's absolutely insane.
Yeah, but it seems like he hates women, right? He's constantly praising men and talking about how great men are. Like, you know, you could just fuck men, right? Like, that's like an option you have. You could just have sex with men. That's like valid. You know, I support you, bestie. It's okay. Like, go get that dick, girl boss. Okay, you'll enjoy it. Okay, guarantee you, this man has never felt the pleasure of an anal orgasm. Okay, all right. No, that's just too far, even for one of my jokes. Sorry. Fuck.
The level of delusion, the trial and error. You know, it's
men are scientifically better than women. That's so true.
It's a hell of a thing.
I advocate for putting twinks in skirts and thigh highs. Me too.
These types of women, bro, bring zero femininity and a bunch of problems.
So many problems.
You know what that means?
What does it mean? It means
you are better off single
I'm better off?
than in that situation.
I'm better off single than in that situation. This is like, he's literally just fucking coping about the fact that he's single and doesn't get any bitches. It's like, no, dude, it's not the world's fault that you don't get bitches. It's your fault. The bitches are not the common denominator. You are the common denominator. How many times do I have to say it?
You're better off talking to a bunch of different women, if you want, to at least get some femininity.
Yeah, dude, that's so true. Just create a fucking harem, dude. Just go like the Islamic extremist route. Just have a fucking harem.
To at least get something.
to at least get something. What are you trying to get out of a relation? Like, does he think that relationships have to be transactional? Is this actually what he believes?
Rather than focused on one woman who's damaged, you can focus on a woman who's a real woman. That's the prize at the end of the day. That's the real shit. But
like, dog, nobody's asking you to fix damaged women, right? Now, like, if I don't know, you're dating a woman who's damaged and like she asks you to be there for her and she wants you to accommodate that, then that's like perfectly reasonable and you should respect that. I don't think anybody's asking you to fix damaged women though.
Nowadays, bro, you look around and it's like, man, I would never commit to that.
Like, what would it cause women to be damaged in the first place? Are they damaging themselves because, they're just so ditzy and clumsy and stupid? Or, I don't know, would it be like, I don't know, men like you that damage them or something? I don't know, I'm just saying. You know?
I almost wouldn't even be seen with that in public.
It's like, wow, I can't believe that women are you want me to fix you being damaged, the thing that I caused? Yes, actually I do.
Let alone commit. It's honestly embarrassing, bro. Like we
Dude, if only somebody told him. If only somebody told him right from the get-go before he was too far gone that if you can't get a girlfriend, just become the girlfriend. Like, getting no bitches is honestly a skill issue.
We rarely ever tell.
Like, I'm like the most autistic person ever and I get bitches. Like, what the fuck? Like, I reinstall a dating app and like within a day I'm getting like a shit ton of matches. It's like, it's not that difficult. It's like, and keep in mind that I'm specifically like looking for because I'm generally a lot more attracted to women than men. I'm bisexual, but I lean way more towards women and femininity, right? And like I get like it's not hard. Like it's so fucking easy. You don't have to be like some giga chad to get bitches. Like I'm some fucking autistic live streamer. Like
women the truth, and it's why everything is so crazy. I really believe it. I really believe if we told more women how it is, it'd be a better world.
If only we showed women where they truly belong.
And we should be telling them a lot younger, because they get to a certain age, bro, and they behave that way for such a long time.
Yes. Make sure to... Yeah. Well, hold on. If only there was like a term for that. Like having like discussions with young girls about like how they ought to act sexually before they understand any of those things, before they're like independent and able to think on their... God... Man, I feel like there's like a term for that, but it's just like... I can't find it. It's like slipped off the tip of my tongue. What could that possibly be? Like, I just can't, like, some, like, not broom. No, not broom, not broomer. Brooms don't have anything to, grass? No. I don't know. I just can't, I don't know. It could be anything, truly. Yeah, I don't know what term would accurately describe what he just said.
There ain't no change in that. There ain't no changing when it gets to a certain point, and that's who they're going to be. They're engraved in that person they become, like a masculine man or something.
Yeah, make sure to mold them into what you sexually desire while they're still a child, is what you're saying. It's fucking crazy. That's a crazy-ass take. That's such a crazy take. That's what you're saying.
Something, bro. Like, they're engraved in that person they've become. They're fighting tooth and nail, and that's who they are. Nothing you could say could possibly bring them back. And
you mean like you can't groom them anymore? Yeah, because they're a fucking adult that can think for themselves. Yeah, of course. This is just fucking disgusting.
Those are the ones that are cooked. And if you end up with something like that, you will be cooked as well. No man should have something like that in his life. Those women, bro, are destined to be single with cats.
Yeah. Or maybe they just end up with, I don't know, people that aren't fucking freaks like you, that want to control them. People that, I don't know, respect them as, well, just that, people.
Like, you would never work with a woman like that, bro. You know you wouldn't. You know for a fact you would not.
Well, would you work with a man like that? If the answer is yes, then why is it different if it's a woman? Like, who fucking cares? It's a big fucking deal. Cry about it. It's 2025. Just fucking get over it.
The damage is impeccable. And,
It's impeccable. Yeah, it's true. Probably the biggest word he's used thus far.
those types can act feminine all they want in the beginning, but the truth comes out. And, you see something that you need to see, and you have to live by what you just saw. And you have to get rid of what you have in your life now.
He's huge on not settling. It has nothing to do with settling. It's not that he's not settling. It's that he wants to control somebody. He's made it very clear. He wants to control. He wants to control the entire relationship, and for the woman to not have a say in it. That's like that. He has made it very clear. This isn't like a bad faith interpretation. Like, holy shit.
Which is a damaged woman who is masculine. That don't know how to be inner feminine. That don't know how to respect a man. That's the most important point.
Yeah, but you don't know how to respect a woman, so why would the woman respect you? There's just like a double standard.
They don't know how to respect a man.
Yeah, well, maybe not you, because you don't know how to respect a woman. If you want women to respect you, then maybe you should respect them first.
Like, the disrespect starts, and you can't.
You're literally talking about how you need to put them in their place and making it very clear that you think that they're beneath you, right? And you wonder why they don't respect you? Probably because you don't fucking respect them. You don't see them as people. You literally compared them. You compared giving a woman a rights to letting a child, like giving a child car keys and letting them go on a drive. That was unironically like you think that women are like retarded children. Again, I think that's just like going to be well, I think heavily biased towards the types of quote unquote women that he interacts with, of course. But that's an insane comparison.
You can't do nothing to her, bro. What are you gonna do? Lay a hand on her? No. And they know you won't. They know you won't do that. That's why they act so crazy. But if that was one of your bros acting that way towards you, bro, you'd throw him through a fucking wall. Like, what are you doing? And you'd chuck him through.
Wait, what? Acting what way? Not feminine? You hold on. The video is about modern women have zero femininity. So if your bro is not acting feminine enough, if he doesn't put on the fucking maid outfit, you chuck him through the wall. You will put on the maid outfit. You will wear it. You will put on the cat ears and the thigh highs. And if you don't, I'm gonna fucking chuck you out of the building. All right, you're gonna get fucking thrown out of this fucking 10-story building right here.
Through a wall, bro. You can't do that to a woman. That's the exact reason.
Or maybe you shouldn't do physical aggression at all. Actually, you shouldn't do it to anybody because it's bad. It's actually bad to be violent for no reason.
And why they act that way. That's their woman empowerment. They hide behind sets of rules.
Those rules should apply to everybody. You shouldn't be punching anybody through. You shouldn't throw anybody through a wall. It doesn't matter what their gender is. It's so fucking obvious.
Because they know you do that, your life is over. They would literally take that hit just to ruin your life. You guys have to understand.
Yeah, maybe you shouldn't fucking hit people. Like, if you have so little self-control that you just can't help yourself from hitting a woman or hitting a bro or whatever the fuck, that's a you problem. That's not the woman's fault. That's not the woman's fault that you have anger management issues. That's a you problem that you need to work on. That's not women's fault. Stop blaming women for the thing that is wrong with you. The woman didn't make you have anger issues.
Women are using every little single thing to their advantage today, every rule. They're manipulating their way to where they want to get to today, guys. These types of women.
How are they manipulating their... Like, what are we talking about?
Not real women. These types, modern women, they're all doing it.
Doing what? It's just like some like vague, like sort of like he's just like vaguely alluding to like some grand fucking conspiracy of women that are plotting against men or some shit.
So you're not even safe today dealing with a woman. At first she comes off sweet. At first she comes off feminine. At first she comes off and tells you everything you want to hear. Like you're the best thing ever and oh my God, like I finally met you and all this stuff. It's going seemingly well.
Yeah, and then she realizes that you're kind of a dick and then she doesn't like you as much. You ever consider that might be a possibility? Like, once you treat her like shit, she's not going to respect you as much?
until it's not. So, unfortunately for us guys, we can't even believe what we see at first from a woman, because time is going to tell.
Oh my
This
God.
is exactly what women don't want you to know. At least these modern women. Real
It's true. This is a secret. We don't want you to know
women
this.
don't care because they
Bro, I'm gonna end stream after this. I gotta end stream.
they're not putting up that front. They're going to be exactly who you need them to be, and you're going to be who they need you to be. They have nothing to hide. But these other manipulative creatures, bro,
It's true. I'm using my
they're going to
manipulation
hound dog
tactics.
your life, but they're coming in sniffing.
I'm
They're coming
sniffing.
in sniffing for value, just looking around like behind you. Oh, yes.
It's true. I am sniffing. I swear, guys, I didn't do fentanyl.
And they act all feminine because they know that's going to get them in. They know that's going to get them fed. They know that's going to get them the food.
Dude, shit, he's exposing our secrets.
And then their vicious, ugly side comes out. And you witness that live in real time.
It's true. Dude, he's revealed it. He's exposed every woman ever. This is exactly what we do. We, like, pretend to be feminine, and then once it's behind closed doors, we get real fucking freaky, you know?
That's when resentment grows. That's when you cut them off. That's when you end everything with them. And that's when they go and do it to somebody else.
Dude, the fact that he's claiming that, oh yeah, he's the one ending everything with them is such cope. Like, we know for a fact, like, no, he's not.
And it's a repeating cycle because
Dude, he's the kind of person to get, like, a breakup message where, like, it technically, like, he's gonna get a breakup message where maybe it doesn't technically say the words, I break up with you, but it clearly says that they're breaking up. And respond to that by being like, oh yeah, well, I'm gonna break up with you. Like, yeah, that was the point of the message. He's honestly the type of person to do that. They're like, yeah, well, I broke up with you because you were toxic.
they're traumatized. They don't know how to be in their femininity. They have walls up.
That they have walls up. Why do you think they have walls up? If they have walls up, what do you think would be causing that? Like, if you have, like, super high expectations for how you want them to behave and be, and you want them to conform to something very specific, right? That specific thing is generally not going to be something that corresponds with who they are as a person, right? Like, if the more specific you get with the archetype that you expect somebody to fit into and adhere to, the less likely it is to represent them accurately, right? So that's why they would have to build those barriers, right?
They are cooked, my guy. They are cooked.
Your commentary is so quick-witted that I gotta stop doom scrolling. Thank you. Hell yeah, let's go. Feel free to subscribe as well if you want to see more content like this. You're tuning in towards the end of the stream. In fact, I'm about to end stream. But yeah.
So just be glad that you're a man right now that has his shit together. You might be single, but I'll tell you something right now, brother. At least you're not cooked. At least you have.
Yeah, haha. At least you're not getting bitches. At least you're single like me and definitely have all of your shit together. You know? And it's like, does he think that, do people believe this? Yeah, people are buying this shit. People eat this shit up. Terry is in his 20s, but somehow has the wisdom of a man twice his age. Jesus fucking Christ. People just eat this shit up. They're just like, yeah, I think this is like a really good argument. I think this is some riveting stuff right here. Wow, that's incredible. It's like these people have literally no listening comprehension skills. Like, if they were able to analyze something critically, actually comprehend the words that he's saying, like, they realize how fucking stupid everything he's saying is in terms of actual substance.
Have everything to gain. They don't. All they can do is manipulate and fail in every.
Like, dog, this is like not, like, this is not, I guess you have like 100,000 subs, but like, dog, you talk about how modern women are ruining society for a living. Like, this is fucking sad. Like, cover commentary, drama slop or something. Like, Jesus fuck, this is depressing. This is just like, I can't imagine doing this for the rest of my life. Like, I'm sorry. That's fucking sad.
Every situation they get themselves in. And it's what's going to happen. And that's it. Don't forget to come follow me on IG, guys. Exact same username as here on YouTube.
I think I'm good. Thank you very much. Wow. Anyways, dude looks fit. Yeah, well, where Where his muscles are present, his mind is lacking. I guess you could say. It is sad if it wasn't true to be straight funny. He's saying we as men take long to build our empires. Everyone can't come with us.